Welcome to the Wrestling Nerds Alliance podcast, featuring Robb English, Clifford L. Johnson, and Ed Rowland. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome back to the Wretched Wrestling Podcast!
Whoa. We got this handled. I'm Robb English.
I'm Ed Rowland.
And I'm Clifford L. Johnson.
And we are the Wrestling Nerds Alliance. You really think we're going to let you just take over right at the very beginning?
Wait a minute.
I was going to say something inappropriate.
What was that?
Oh, well, go ahead, fucker.
Balls. Now, I'm at a loss for words now. Sorry, guys.
Wait, guys, is this really happening right now? We have the Wrestling Nerds Alliance joining us here in a wrestling, in a Wretched I still don't know the name of our podcast after all these.
I believe you guys are Wretched Wrestling. We are the Wrestling Nerds Alliance.
Can we call this the
and this
Wretched
is
Nerd
now
Alliance?
The Wretched Wrestling Nerd Alliance.
I
there
like
you go.
it. We got something
Beautiful.
here. Fantastic.
Woo!
Mr. Angle
It's
has
like
done it once
when
again.
Macho Man and Hulk Hogan came together to form the Mega Powers.
Mega Powers, yeah.
Which one of us is on steroids?
Definitely Fred.
I like to take things in the ass, so that'll probably be me.
What?
No, not like, come on. No,
All
not
right,
like
guys.
that.
Well, that's enough. That's enough time for me.
I just have,
So SummerSlam Sunday. Good night, everybody.
All right, see you guys.
I just have soft tissue. It's okay. And over the years, it's gotten hard. I don't know why.
Are you using a man pond?
I'm using anything that will work. As you get older, things change, and yeah.
That depends.
Ha
Oh, I see. I got what he did there.
It seems like in the as you get older, things harden in the front. I mean, in the back, but things get softer in the front. So I don't know.
Wow.
I'm just going to let that one sit there for a minute or two.
Yeah. I think it's better. Craig.
Hey, what's up, Rob?
How are you, man?
Good. I mean, I'm not too happy with the comments I've gotten the last several weeks about
Wait a minute.
looking like Farva and
Well,
Fred Gesichty's great.
what? I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna. Okay, look, the Farva thing. It's not wrong.
It was dead spot on.
Oh, really?
It's not.
I mean, you saw that head-to-head picture of you and Farva, right?
I did. I like to think that I weigh maybe 100 pounds lighter than him, though.
No, yeah.
Oh, well,
no.
yeah. No one
It's
said
the
you're
general
fat.
bone structure of your face. That's the thing.
Okay. That's a
Yeah.
lot coming from somebody who's very humorous. I'm sorry, did I say humorous? I meant I meant Bill DeMott. What's going on, Bill DeMott over there?
You do look like Bill DeMott. Holy shit! Holy shit! Are you gonna be Goldberg's first victory, Ed?
Huge erection. Right? Wasn't that it?
Now, wait. I need to make sure. You are talking about Ed, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I was going to say, I don't have the hair. You know, I don't dress like Lieutenant Dan with my legs.
I don't like the smell of cigarette, Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
And then Cliff, he's being quiet right now. I don't know why.
I don't know.
Aside from Craig
that?
and I, the only other person that loves to hear the sound of their own voice more will be one Clifford L. Johnson.
You know what? I'm actually just enjoying myself.
He's enjoying the shit
Defenders
show.
is sitting on my television right now.
Yeah.
Cliff, I
I
didn't
guess
know.
he's busy.
I didn't know if I got a chance to tell you yet. I actually booked you on with the Maury Povich show with Kurt Angle. See if things were gonna happen.
Really?
Man, if really everything was gonna work out. Is he your
just
dad?
might,
Are you the father?
He might be. He might be.
That's a good. That's a
Well,
good father to have.
I am pretty awesome at everything. So it could be. It's a genetic predisposition, you know.
The gold medal attitude.
In all honesty, Cliff was almost not able to make the big showdown tonight.
Really?
Hey. You
He
can't put my personal business out there like that.
I'm not putting your personal business out. You had a family gathering to get to. The Angle family reunion.
That's right. Olympic slams for everybody with every burger you eat.
And I canceled it for you guys.
I appreciate that.
Wow. Threw away a career opportunity to do a wrestling podcast that literally nobody's going to listen to.
There you go.
50.
50, right.
Can you
True.
Can you imagine with Kurt Angle and Cliff like having their feet tied together and doing that three-legged walk race together at the Angle reunion show, Angle reunion family fucking function?
I don't use my feet when we do those.
You use your other leg.
My other leg.
Ah, shit, son.
Third appendage.
Yeah.
The caramel magic stick.
All right, guys.
Oh, the
Wow. So
stories.
I can't believe we actually made this work. I mean, we had what? Maybe do I want to say a few difficulties? I might have thrown a couple things.
Yeah, like I just stayed silent and let Craig have his
Well, you
little
have
temper tantrum.
Fred has experience with this because I'm a diehard Yankee and New York Islander fan, and if anybody knows anything about the New York Islanders, it's literally always bad news. So Fred has seen my worst as a sports fan, and also with wrestling as well. I mean, you've seen me absolutely lose my shit over wrestling. So that's what just happened in the setup for the show. So for all you guys out there wondering, this was terrible. I'm so sorry.
You're welcome.
Ed,
the
you
Damien
finally
Sandow.
spoke. What? Ed finally spoke,
I didn't.
everybody.
Oh, Ed's there? Oh, cool.
Nope.
Oh, he's not
here.
I'm not here. Ed not here.
Oh, yeah, I did.
We're taking a shot for you guys because this is a great occasion for the two of us to finally be on a show together and to hopefully not fuck it up terribly.
Skull.
Well, we're going
What?
to, but it's cool.
Cheers.
Oh,
In
why didn't you just say
Scandinavian.
cheers?
Guys, this is a huge weekend in wrestling. I mean, not only is it SummerSlam weekend in Brooklyn, but it's also NXT. And then, there's all these other rumors coming out about, who's going to get, people might be called up, some money in the banks might be cashed in. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of want to jump into SummerSlam. I mean, I think it's time. I think we should start talking about SummerSlam. We have 13 matches to go through here.
Jesus Christ.
13
It's going to be a long
whole
card.
matches.
13 matches and 7 hours of content right before I'm supposed to watch Game of Thrones.
Jesus.
I already saw the next episode, so
Oh, it
no need
leaked?
to worry about that.
Yeah, league.
I saw the
you
leak, yeah.
leaker.
Yeah.
It's not the same. You got to watch it on your giant television.
You're one of those guys.
That's right.
I totally watched it on my
Yep.
giant
Oh man.
Anyways, it was good. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, don't say a goddamn word.
Daenerys died.
I'm still. The only episode I saw this season was the premiere.
And how did you not
You're
come back?
missing out.
It's all on my DVR.
Oh,
This man
Craig.
can't find the time.
You're married. I'm sure you run into this situation where you're told, "Don't watch it without me."
Yeah, uh-huh.
no. I gave up on that many years ago.
All right, well,
There's like one.
guess it's just me then.
Say,
I was supposed to watch Homeland with my wife many years ago, and we watched the first season together, and it went perfect. It was great. We loved it. Then we had a kid, and it just everything fell apart. And like I had like 3 seasons of Homeland on my DVR, and then one day I was just sitting there, I was looking at it, it said like 37 new episodes. I'm like, fuck it, I'm streaming every episode tonight. Sorry, Jen.
You can catch up.
sad to say, I have not seen one episode of Game of Thrones.
Ever.
Come on.
Ever. I've never watched
It's good.
I've
It's very
I've
good.
watched a bunch of recaps on it, but I've never sat down and watched an episode. Sorry.
Yeah, we're all.
So wrestling, you
I'm not
guys.
as nerdy as you guys think.
Oh, Ed's trying to do the same old routine on this show as he does on the other one.
I see what's
So
going on.
wrestling, guys.
That's like in the WWE when they came out with the Razor Ramon and Diesel, and they were 2 fake jobbers trying to steal the gimmick and pretend that Scott Hall and Kevin Nash were coming around. Terrible.
Are you-
Terrible.
Are you calling us jobbers?
Are you calling me fake Nash?
Fred, I think what we're
You are-
actually calling them are Good Brothers. Always say it. Nerds. We were waiting.
Proudly.
You were the Isaac Yankem
Proudly.
of wrestling podcasts.
Oh,
That's rough, man.
all right.
I wouldn't say
well,
that to
that's
my
okay. That just means that I need to take a few months off, come back as Kane, and set your ass on fire.
Good point. Good
Oh.
point. He's got a great point there.
That's true. You can set my ass on fire. Whatever you got to do.
Fred likes your ass on fire.
Wait.
Of course. With friction.
I need a little spice in my life, you know.
Of course, I'm
Look
back.
who
These
just
shot
popped
glasses
up
are
on my
way larger than they should be.
TV. Is that John Favreau?
Would that be
That went bad.
John Favreau?
Yeah, I took time out of shooting Cowboys and Aliens Part 2 to join you guys tonight. Because it's SummerSlam season.
It's amazing.
So, do we want to get into SummerSlam, or are we just having fun, getting drunk, and
Bullshitting.
Oh, yeah, trust me, guys, in an hour, like, I'm on my third shot right now of a fireball, and,
Hey, want to do another one?
yeah,
All right, there we go.
just be warned. But maybe
Those are well-made glasses.
maybe we'll let Rob take the beginning reins on this show.
all right. Well, Fred,
Mm.
let's talk about SummerSlam. Let's talk about one of the first pre-show matches. Let's go with the Cruiserweight Championship match. Woo. Seeing Cruiserweight Champion Akira Tozawa taking on Neville.
Titus Worldwide.
Titus Worldwide. They got their first championship this past Monday on Raw when Akira Tozawa. Actually, was a really fun match. Akira and Neville, they went at it. I really like watching Akira throw that big senton off the top rope because it always looks like he kind of floats in midair for a second and then drops. But yeah, Akira wins the belt, and he now is going on to SummerSlam with a rematch against Neville, Fred.
Yeah.
My question is, do you care about 205 Live in the Cruiserweight division?
Oh, man. I plead the fifth, my friend. Oh, man. It's, every time I catch 205 Live, it's always something to do with Gallagher and Brian Kendrick not liking England. And that's pretty much all I could say. Or Davari is on it or something like that. I don't know what to do. And people were saying, oh, Big Cass should be on 205 Live. And I'm saying to myself, Enzo, what did I say, Big Cass?
Big Cass.
The fireball's been kicking
It'd be
in.
like when Diesel was trying to destroy all the cruiserweights.
They're like, Enzo should be on 205 Live, and I'm like, why? He doesn't know how to wrestle.
Right.
I was actually surprised that Tozawa just I don't know. I'm happy for Tozawa that he won the championship from Neville. It just seemed a little lackluster. I mean, Neville's held the title for so long, and he's
awesome.
It kind of came out of nowhere. Kind of would have been maybe cool if he won the title at SummerSlam, but yeah. But good for Tozawa. It gives credibility at least to the Titus Worldwide brand.
Yes.
True.
They did need it.
They needed it
They did
badly
need it.
because we've kind of liked them. Oddly enough, we have this weird kind of fascination with Titus O'Neil where we
do. Yeah.
where we shouldn't like him, but we do for some reason.
Absolutely.
And
Because he's black.
Absolutely.
once you go
He
black,
said it. I mean, at least he was honest.
once you go black,
Alright.
Kurt Angle's your dad.
So weird. So weird.
So, obviously, I gotta try to stop saying fucking obviously.
Obviously.
I did an obviously count on our last episode. I think I said it at least 12 times in
I
an
wasn't
episode.
paying attention.
Fuck. All right, so, Fred,
Yes, sir.
who's winning? Is Akira retaining, or is Neville getting the belt back?
This is a tough one because obviously, I don't know. Tozawa, I would love to have him keep the title. Something in my gut tells me that this was a fluke victory of sorts, and I think that Neville is going to regain the strap. I don't know. Something about it. You know what it is? Is that Neville's been champ for so long, and then all of a sudden he just drops it like randomly on Raw to Tozawa. And I don't know. I think he's going to take it back somehow.
Just want to jump in real quick. I was gonna say pretty much the same thing. Is when they do these title changes the week before a pay-per-view, and especially like a title reign like Neville's, it just always comes off as kind of like random and like why they do this now when they could have waited until Sunday. There's two ways to think about it here. They either wanted to put it on like a main show that somebody was watching, Raw, because I feel like a lot of people don't watch the pre-shows. At least I know I don't. And they wanted to change the title and they wanted people to see it, or that ultimately the title is going to go back to Neville, and that's kind of where I was going with this. I think Neville will be. I think he's going to win it back here because why have Tozawa win it? It reminds me of like when Sasha Banks kept winning the title on Raw against Charlotte all those months. And then every time they got back to a pay-per-view, Charlotte would win it back. So I'm kind of, and I'm looking at the card as a whole. I was trying to I was bored at work today, and I like wrote down my predictions and everything. I was really fucking bored.
Now, who's the nerd now?
Yeah. Nerd. How dare Cliff call himself a nerd and he doesn't watch Game of Thrones? God damn.
I know, really.
Hey. I'm nerdy in other ways.
Yeah. Well, you do like wrestling, so I got you got
nerdy and dirty. I watched Dragon Ball Z. How's nerdy?
Oh, okay, all right.
Redeem.
Redemption.
Yeah,
So anyway, as
Dragon
I was saying,
Ball
so I was looking at the
Super,
card
actually.
as a whole, and I feel like this is gonna be a face-heavy winning show, and I know they like to do 50-50 booking, so I'm going with Neville on this one, just because I need a heel here.
What do you guys
I
think?
really don't want to see Neville pick the belt back up. I want to see it on Akira Tozawa for quite some time.
Oh, really?
Just so that it's different, anybody else. I just don't like Neville.
Oh, you don't like
personally.
Neville?
That's me.
Oh, man. I'm a big fan of Neville's heel
Really?
turn. Yeah.
I mean, he's a cruiserweight with
Neville
power
has
spots.
been killing
So
it.
what?
I was going to say, he's
literally
the
held
only
the
character.
205 Live on his back.
Yeah, he's the only character in the Cruiserweight division that actually
Is worth something.
has a character.
Exactly.
He has the face of a troll.
He does. He looks like he belongs on, like, Lord of the Rings or something.
I need another beer.
It's a shame that like Neville is kind of the same way as like Asuka is with the NXT Championship. Is that
Women's Championship.
Women's Championship? Is that he's so far up compared to the rest of the talent that it seems that it doesn't really seem so believable when he drops the title. And
Right.
and if Ember Moon beats Asuka tomorrow, it seems like it would also be kind of forced as well.
Right?
I don't know. Have you guys been watching 205 Live? Are you guys like what? I really don't at all. So
I'll say for myself, I never watched 205 Live. I know Fred doesn't watch it, even though he just said a couple minutes ago that he's like, every time I watch it, Brian Kendrick's on. I'm like, you don't watch it, though. You caught me.
Only time I watch 205 Live is when I'm recording, like I'm doing right now.
Right?
What do you got on
Who's
the?
watching
I'm
it
like, what match
I'm
is
like,
on now,
oh.
Cliff?
Every time
right
we're
now,
recording our
this
show,
is-
he's watching wrestling.
Yeah. Shit, I better watch it
Because
this week.
it's like the only time I really get a chance to sit down and watch it is when I'm recording with you guys.
No, I hear that.
Yeah, it's tough,
So-
it's fucking 5 hours.
It's hard
at
enough
least
when-
of wrestling.
It's hard enough when there's 5 hours of Raw and SmackDown, and then they throw in NXT and 205 Live, it all in 1 week. Like,
Right.
I'm supposed to watch fucking
In
6
3
hours
days.
of wrestling in 1 week.
3 days.
That's a quarter of a day. Like, I'm gonna waste a quarter of my day to watch a fucking 6 hours of wrestling. I don't think so.
That's what the fast forward button's for.
That's right.
True.
That button's been faded. It's just like I can't do enough of it,
All right.
Did you have a pick for that match, Cliff?
All right. I think we all. Cliff. I mean, what do you? Who?
For
do-
that match?
Cliff. Who do you got on
Yeah.
that match?
I'm gonna go with Tozawa to keep it.
All right.
I like the fact that that they're switching it up a little bit. I really do like what Neville has been doing with the cruiserweight title and with that brand. But I do feel like it's time to put the belt on somebody else and maybe give Neville a chance to not really start from the bottom, but really to work with some other guys. And just see him, being a hungry, evil fucker trying to get his belt back.
All right. I like that.
I think they're just missing a big opportunity with 205 Live. They really need to get some cruiserweights on that show.
I feel like 205
besides it just the fucking 6 that they have.
Yeah, I feel like 205 Live really needs to. It needs to move to like Full Sail University. I think I talked about that on Twitter a couple weeks ago. It's just like it dies in the giant arenas where they film SmackDown. Like nobody cares. Like, and they tape it after SmackDown, so like the crowd just watched like Shinsuke Nakamura in a main event against AJ Styles, and then they're gonna fucking stick around and watch Jack Gallagher versus Akira Tozawa. Like, no, why would they do that?
Yeah, they should record it beforehand if they're gonna keep it on Tuesdays. I think they should record it beforehand.
Absolutely.
And just
Right, because then the crowd is at least hot then.
Yeah,
completely agree.
For the record, I believe Akira Tozawa is winning.
Oh, okay, I was wondering. Okay,
I didn't say
I'm
that.
in the dark on this one.
I went to
no. So the
I went to get a beer.
the entire Wrestling Nerds Alliance are going with Tozawa, and the Wretched Wrestling is going with Neville here. So all right, so
rivalry
we've got
continues.
some dissension here.
Rivalry continues.
We should put a wager on this.
Why?
I wouldn't mind doing it.
What
We should
kind
do
of
it for the
wager?
4-way.
There you go for the 4-way.
Sounds
And
good.
I'm not talking about what's going on over here.
The 5-way.
The man pile of doom.
man pile.
So what's
Just
what's
rename
next?
the episode Man Pile.
Sorry, Rob.
What's the next match we're gonna go over there, Craig?
Yeah, let's go to the SmackDown Tag Team Title match, which is also on the kickoff show. New Day,
Which is a bunch of bullshit.
New Day is
Really? Kickoff show.
yeah. So Ed, what do you think? We got New Day, the brand new SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. Big E and Xavier Woods defending against the former champions, the Usos. What, could you make any more noise there?
Oh, it was so smooth.
Very nice.
Really? If I was a woman, oh my god.
Smooth like butter, baby.
All right, so
Moist.
I'm gonna direct this one at Ed. So Ed, what do you think, man? I mean, New Day just won the tag titles a couple weeks ago. Usos have been so great as heels since their heel turn, and I thought they were at least decent as champions. Who do you think wins this match here? I don't think this one's a hard one to call at all.
I really would give it to the Usos if I was booking it myself. Personally, I think the New Day needs to pass on the tag titles. We all know that they're going to break up eventually anyways, so it's time for a New Day, which would be the Usos.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say. I mean, for me, this one's a easy one to call. This is like a program they've been doing for the last couple months now. I like the Usos a lot. The New Day serves a purpose. They're money makers, and they move that merchandise, and the crowd loves them. They just won the titles last month, so I'm going. This is like a really easy one for me to call. I'm just going with New Day. There's not much more to talk about in this match for me, because I'm not very invested in this match at all. I love all of the work that New Day has done, and the Usos too. I can't give them enough credit. Me and Fred use them as examples for teams needing a refreshment, like when they need when they just need to, like, when nothing's happening anymore. It's time to just flip the script and turn them heel. We talk about that with like Dean Ambrose a lot. We say Dean Ambrose needs to flip the script. So I give the Usos a lot of credit. They've been phenomenal, but they just dropped the titles. New Day's. I would love for the Usos to have it, but for me, it's a very easy call with New Day retaining, especially on
What
the
are you
pre-show.
thinking, Cliff?
First of all, I would like to reiterate that them being on the pre-show is utter bullshit.
Hell yeah.
I agree.
They have probably one of the hottest feuds going on SummerSlam right now. Out of everybody that's having matches, but besides Kevin Owens and AJ Styles, they've literally been going. This is the grudge match here,
Right.
so it should be. I think it should be focused more on the card. But that being said, New Day just became champions. I think this grudge match needs to be the final one for a while, and New Day can go ahead and retain. So the Usos can move on for something else. I don't really know what it will be because the tag division on SmackDown is kind of shitty right now. But
Very weak.
If anything, it would give another tag team the ability to kind of shine against the against the New Day.
I'm gonna say, and it could just be because I'm a little intoxicated.
It is.
Thank you. That the New Day retain, even though I really like the new Usos and the whole Uso penitentiary and the battle rap shit. The New Day retains, and that they go on to face a team coming up. Maybe the Authors of Pain.
Yeah, I was kind of
would
thinking
be
the
awesome.
Authors of Pain myself too, because at Saturday at NXT Brooklyn, the Authors of Pain are defending the tag titles against Sanity, and I do tend to think that Authors of Pain might be the ones getting called up immediately after.
See, Rob.
And it would make sense to have Authors of Pain show up and just destroy the New Day as their first thing on the main roster.
You're destroying the most established tag team in WWE today, which is the New Day. So, like, what better way to introduce them than that?
Hey, Rob, I think like maybe 2 weeks back, you guys were talking about Breezango and who you thought the mystery attacker was. That would be Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, and
oh yeah,
I'm kind of behind that. I think that would be such a great feud. Well, I mean, I guess they would have to deal with things with Breezango first, but I would love to see them, feud with the New Day eventually. I mean, I don't know. Has one of them been hurt? Is there a reason why they have been off television?
I've heard that they've been repackaging them, and basically the writers have nothing for them. Much like Dolph Ziggler at the moment.
I mean, Luke Harper wrestled on a house show recently under a mask as Sin Cara's partner.
Okay.
Okay. But the thing with Luke Harper, and this is going to sound like a complete fanboy, but I don't care. I love Luke Harper.
Me too.
I think Luke Harper should be a main event player. He could be the next Bruiser Brody. He could be the next, Mike Awesome, if you want to call it that, that he's a big man who can do just about anything. The only thing that he has going against him is his look, which could be a plus, but it's also a minus in that it's a cosmetic business, and the guy is balding. He's got the gray hair.
Grizzly.
He looks like a mountain man, which is not necessarily a bad thing, right, Ed?
I shaved the beard.
You shaved. You shaved. I was impressed. You came over. It was
clean cut.
A lot less.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot less.
I have less beard than you do at this point.
True.
Yes.
True.
That almost never happens.
Never, ever happens. Keep my shit tight, son.
Doing the kegels.
But, no. I do think that it could be Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. I don't like the idea because, to me personally, I think Eric Rowan and Luke Harper need to be separated as far apart as possible. Put Luke Harper over on Raw. Keep Eric Rowan on SmackDown, or better yet, get rid of Eric Rowan. He serves no purpose. He's just a big, giant orange bag of suck. But that's me.
Don't like no ginger minge.
Yeah. Right, Fred?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we do get a bad rap, and I can't help
Rightfully
it.
so.
Rightfully so.
Fred's not redheaded. What are you talking?
He is redhead.
Yeah, I try.
He's a dark red, though.
It's brown.
Yeah, it's not full ginger, but
He tries to hide it.
You should see him
Yeah.
in You should see him in natural sunlight.
Okay.
yeah. This is my vampire look.
He can't.
His
go in
natural color
sunlight.
is more of an auburn than it is a...
I used to with the lady folks. I used to joke around with that because they'd be like, "Oh, you were redhead." I'm like, "No, I'm auburn" and stuff. And I used to try to play it off that way, and guess what? It never worked.
I heard that they often asked you if the carpets match the drapes.
That's true, and I said there are no drapes.
There you go.
I removed the
There's no
drapes.
carpet.
Or there is no carpet.
I removed the drapes. You mean there's no carpet?
Sorry, guys. The fireball has officially kicked in.
I have no carpet in my apartment. Would you like to come visit? All right.
Hard floors, my friend.
Rob, I think we have another match we have to go through here.
We
on this,
do,
on this
we
kickoff
do.
show.
Thanks,
We
Craig.
haven't even gotten to the main event.
Good job.
M50.
We haven't even left the pre-show yet. All right.
Yo, man.
All right, so next pre-show match, we have got the Miz Taraj, the Miz, Curtis Axel, and who I like to call the Hillbilly Hitman, Bo Dallas, taking on the Hardy Boys, the Woken Hardy Boys,
All right.
and Jason Jordan, Cliff's
This
brother.
match should be on the fucking pre-show.
Yes, this is a pre-show match and a half.
For sure.
I'm surprised.
So,
I'm surprised it wasn't Jason Jordan versus The Miz for the IC Championship, but I guess they'll push it a little bit further, right?
they were talking about that, but I think the reaction that Jason Jordan's been getting, which we discussed on our last episode. Yeah, exactly. What reaction?
A little lukewarm.
But it could have a lot to do with the fact that, I don't know, you're making choices like taking a guy who can't cut a promo and letting him cut a 10-minute sappy promo. You're taking a guy who has no character whatsoever. He is absolute white meat babyface, and he's American, and you're putting him out in front of a Canadian crowd against, guess what, a Canadian jobber. Who the fuck do you think they're going to cheer for?
It's Bizarro World, don't you know?
Oh, yes. Oh, Bizarro World. So, Miz Taraj taking on the Hardys and Jason Jordan. Fred,
Who do we got into this?
who do you think is
Gonna win.
gonna win?
I'm going with
Thank you.
I'm going with the Miz Taraj. I think Miz gets the pin on Jordan to continue the feud, which will end up being the Intercontinental feud going forward.
I think it's backwards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jordan's gonna get the pin on Miz
Oh, and you think like, oh, right, okay, that's also a good theory there, and then
because now he's got something to hang his hat on that he could be number one contender. I pin the IC champion. Daddy, I want a title shot.
Daddy,
will
please
deliver.
give me more. Exactly.
Pins him or makes him tap.
Well, Jordan's got that elevated backdrop neckbreaker finisher.
I know, but wouldn't SummerSlam be the best place to unveil a new finisher?
What's it gonna be?
I don't
The ankle
know.
lock.
Yeah, come on, it's gotta be the ankle lock.
The angle slam.
The angle slam. He can hit a pretty sweet angle slam.
Yeah.
Craig, I know you just took a drink. I'm going to ask you, who's winning this match?
I was going with the Miz Taraj as well. No reason behind it. Again, I did for when I did all my predictions, I was like, all my easy picks were that faces were winning the matches on the show. And I was like, well, I got to pick a heel here and there. So I'm like, well, it's on the pre-show. Nobody really cares. Half of the people are going to miss it anyway.
That's our rationale for most of the pre-show matches.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
For the most part, we usually go with faces on the pre-show as well. But, I mean, we did that with New Day. So, I mean, they can't have 3 fucking matches where all the faces win. I don't know. I want to say the Miz Taraj wins on this one. I want to tend to agree with Fred on this one. I don't know why. That's just my mindset going into this match. I really don't have a reason behind it because I really don't like the feud between the Hardys and the other members of the Miz Taraj, which apparently started this week, and I'm supposed to care about it. I don't really give a shit. They were feuding with the Revival and the Club 2 weeks ago, and then the Revival got hurt. So then I'm like, oh, okay, so they'll fight the Club, and then no, we're gonna fight the Miz Taraj for some reason. And then they did this thing where, okay, so. The Club helped somebody out on Raw, beat up. Did he help? Who did he help beat up?
Cass.
Big Cass.
Yeah, he helped Big Cass
Oh, right.
beat up the Big Show, or was it Enzo? I don't remember. But I'm like, oh, the Hardys are gonna come out because they've been feuding with them this whole time, and then they didn't come out. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And then they came in to the defense of Jason Jordan. I'm like, where am I right now? What kind of drugs did I do?
But you know what? I actually, not to go off topic, I like the idea of a little faction, so to speak, with Big Cass and the Club kind of being big bullies and fucking everybody up.
I would like that as well. It's just it just seems so random this past week on Raw, and it's
Very
the
random.
completely opposite direction of where they were going before Revival got hurt.
Cliff, who you got?
I don't give a shit.
Calls it like he sees it.
Yeah, I really this match really has no. I don't care.
No prediction because I don't care.
Ed's looking at the card right now because he doesn't even remember who's in this match. So go ahead.
The Hardys and Jason Jordan are going to win. Like you said earlier, give those
Oh,
guys
they're kibitzing.
a chance to put Jordan over Miz so he can get a shot at the IC title.
which will probably be like the next night on Raw.
Probably.
But,
I am really sad I drank this too fast.
Let me ask
Go
you
get
guys.
another one.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Yo.
Why the?
Let me ask you something.
Let me ask you a question.
Wait a sec.
Why,
Oh.
dude? No. Why is Enzo in a shark cage?
Oh,
Can we just talk about that next? 'Cause no one gives a fuck.
They watch too much of the old shit.
Is,
And they're like, hey, shark cages, that's a thing.
is Enzo such a threat
That's a
that
thing
he
now.
needs to be 20 feet in the air
I love how they pull this feud
against
out
two
of
fucking
I'm sorry,
monsters?
I love how they pull this gimmick match from the fucking 80s out of their
Yes!
fucking like their hat of fucking gimmick matches, and they're like,
But it's the third
this is
one
our
this
gimmick
year.
match for 2017. Authors of Pain versus TM61. Chris Jericho is gonna be in the shark cage, and now Enzo is gonna be in the fucking shark cage. Like, why? Why did this come out? Why is this fucking gimmick back all of a sudden? Like, when are we gonna have another one? Next fucking is it gonna be on 205 Live? Because I ain't watching it.
I'm gonna pull out my my nerd dick right now and say
Really?
that the yeah. Hold on.
I mean, really?
No, the shark cage came back because they had this.
I was on my feet for a second.
Did Craig leave? He didn't want to see my dick?
I mean, if you want to hold it out for a little longer, that's totally cool with me.
I mean, I'd have to get
you know, not for any reason. I just want to wait for Craig. That's all. That's
I
all.
needed more booze
I'd-
to see more dick.
I see.
Well, I mean, I'd have to get really close to the camera though. So
I can stand.
You know what's
across the
great?
room.
Cliff could like walk down the block and it would be fine.
it's
Oh,
true.
you've seen
The
it.
camera doesn't
You've
even have to be pointed
I
at.
could see it from here.
I had a ton of Cliff's got a big dick jokes, but I'm so fucked up right now. I can't remember half of them.
You can throw it off a
The
cliff.
cage, the shark cage. The shark cage came back because there was this kind of match that tape traders always wanted to see that they finally put up on the network, and everybody was all a big buzz about it. And it featured Paul Ellering in a shark cage. I want to say it was the Battle of New Orleans. I want to say Buzz Sawyer was
Buzz
in the
Sawyer
match.
versus I forgot the other name. Like it's like right on the tip of my
Buzz Sawyer.
tongue. It was like a very rare match, right? I mean, they had just
Yes!
found it like randomly, and
See?
it was a big deal
Fred.
at the time. Yeah.
Fred.
Yes.
All right. Fuck Craig. Fuck Cliff.
Whoa.
Fuck Ed. Rob and Fred. We're breaking away. We're doing our own podcast because we can pull out shit like that.
I'd love
No,
to
the
talk
shark
about
cage-
nostalgia.
There you go. The shark cage came back because that was a big buzz. And then, look at Craig. He's so sad.
Don't take him away from me, man.
So,
I'm okay.
Then I'm gonna have to start making the gay jokes.
Jason Jordan is winning the match for their team as far as I'm concerned. Ed, did you even give your pick on this? Do you care?
Jordan?
Michael Jordan.
All right, Craig, what do we got next?
All right.
But I guess we could talk about that match. I mean, we just
Might as
talked about
well.
the shark
I don't think
cage,
anybody
you know?
gave any picks for Big Show versus.
Oh, I'm sorry. We were talking about that, weren't we?
Yeah.
That was
good
my
job.
segue. But
My bad.
like,
I
Totally
switched to
blew that
water
one.
if it makes you feel better.
but like, you got like a fucking Big Show and you got Big Cass who weigh like 1,000 pounds, you know, both combined, and then you have Enzo on top of the cage who weighs 150 pounds. You know, it just doesn't make sense, you know. And I can see them next year at WWE being like, WWE presents Shark Cage pay-per-view, like they do. Like we're gonna have 3 Shark Cage matches, like they fucking do for Hell in a Cell. It's fucking ridiculous,
I
man.
hope they do. I hope they do.
By the way, I do hate that, by the way, that we have these
bullshit.
pay-per-views that are centered around a gimmick match to where you have 4 or 5 of them in one night.
Yeah.
Why?
Me and Craig would always joke around, like when they had Roman Reigns versus Rusev. They're like, at Hell in a Cell, I'm gonna fight you in a Hell in a Cell. What? What? Are you kidding? Holy shit! Like, holy fuck, guys.
In a Hell in a Cell!
I have no idea.
No.
I want you in a regular match only.
That would shock me. At Hell in a Cell, I'm gonna fight you 1-on-1, one fall to a finish.
With a referee.
DQs, countouts are enforceable.
And pyro's allowed.
All right. I kind of hope.
This match is pretty insignificant, I would imagine. Right. I'm praying to God Big Show does not win just for the sake of the future of talent.
I think we're going to have our first unanimous, everybody's going to agree on the same outcome here, in that Big Cass is definitely fucking winning this match.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fred?
I don't even think Cliff.
Yep.
Cliff. Yeah.
Unanimous!
I don't even think we need to talk about unanimous.
Unanimous.
We're all one.
We agree on something.
We're all together. One thing I do kind of hope that happens is it possible that maybe Enzo is hanging above the ring in the cage, and Big Cass jumps up, grabs the cage, and yanks it down, and Enzo falls out?
That could be
That would be nice.
Yeah, it could be possible. You know, he could probably get like 10 or 11 feet in the air.
I do want to share some the dirt sheet information I read today. Is that the reason that they're suspending Enzo in the cage, as I'm sure everybody knows, is that he's got all this backstage heat for all these things. He got kicked off the tour bus a couple weeks ago
By Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Tons of
It's
people.
his yard now.
Tons of people do not like him. The gist of it is that Enzo Amore is afraid of heights in real life, and this is just a way of punishing him.
Awesome. I love
That's fucked up. But
it?
it's awesome.
But it is
love
awesome.
Ed, how do you feel about the new the Big Cass heel turn now? Are you feeling it, or you get?
I mean, I get why they had to do it, but no, I mean, it just comes off as Test 2.0 to me, personally.
And he looks like Test,
sure.
too. It doesn't help him.
Exactly.
But you know what? They changed his Transformers entrance music.
They did. Thank God. It was terrible.
Oy.
Now it sounds
it's-
like a remix of Cult of Personality.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Enzo would be a great heel manager for Cass.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually think that could happen. I feel like this whole feud is going to come about to where Enzo was working with Cass the whole time, or maybe he just kind of looked at it as, hey, if you can't beat him, join him, and went back to his buddy. And now he's managing Cass.
That would be the stupidest thing because not because the idea is stupid, but because it's the Big Show. Like, why would he want to turn to team up with the Big Show to put him over? Like, it's not for a title. It's not for the IC strap. It's not for the world title. It's to have a match against the Big Show.
Well,
Like-
the Big Show's the only other person that can compete with him on a physical level, height-wise, so you're taking out the only other person that could stand a chance early with underhanded tactics, I guess, is the idea. That's where I would say.
Yeah, it's not like.
Okay, you got me.
Yeah, it's not like Big Show. You know, as much as we think of Big Show, it's not like he's getting squashed by Big Cass every week. You know, I mean, he is putting up a decent fight here and there.
I just wanted to quickly talk about. I think we briefly talked about it before about Enzo Amore being, kind of like has all this backstage heat, and Fred mentioned that he might be going to 205 Live.
No, I don't want him to.
I know. I know you said that, but I'm
thought,
saying that that's one of the rumors going around. But the thing that I don't understand is that they want to. Basically, he's Vince McMahon's worst enemy. Like, Vince McMahon is the reason he is completely hated backstage. He doesn't believe in him. He doesn't want anybody. He enjoys watching him get beat up by big guys. Apparently, that's part of it as well.
Yep.
And
Dominate him.
I'm like, and then I heard these reports that they're okay, he might be sent down to NXT. I'm like, okay, I could see that. Or
It makes sense, though.
or he could be sent to 205 Live. And I'm like, but 205 Live is recorded the same night as SmackDown, so he would still be around Vince McMahon. That makes no sense at all. So there's no way he's going to 205 Live. If anything, he's going to NXT, because that's where he's a fucking star anyway.
Right. But do you think now that NXT has changed a bit and you have your Kyle O'Reillys, your Bobby Fishes, your Aleister Blacks, soon to be Adam Cole, baby,
Baby!
do you think that sending Enzo back down to NXT, the crowd will shit on him.
I don't. I definitely don't. I feel like he'll get like a hero's welcome coming back.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's just me.
Maybe
That's just me.
maybe in the beginning. But then
They'll be happy to see him back, and now it's like, fuck Enzo.
Yeah, I mean,
He can't work.
right, like how many times are you gonna get your ass kicked and then not come up on top? But like at least with Cass, like he had the guy to back him up, and I'm just a little worried about. I mean, he needs to. I don't know. I think he needs to be a manager at this point. He's not a good wrestler, but he's got great mic skills. So why the fuck not?
I mean, the people love him.
He needs to just be like a fucking shitty Paul Heyman.
Yeah. Come out with that old cell phone.
Right. Just give him big guys to manage and call it a day.
Hell yeah.
All right, I think we got to start moving along on here.
Yeah, that's probably a good
4
idea.
matches in, and we're almost at an hour here.
Let's talk about some fun shit.
Fun? What's fun in your eyes, Brad?
I don't know. I heard that Robb, Ed, and Cliff are big fans of Baron Corbin, so maybe we could talk about him.
Moist.
Moist.
Do you want to know why that word always pops up on our show when Baron Corbin's name comes up?
Why?
Because not only is he always fucking wet when he comes to the ring, but the feeling I get when Baron Corbin is on my TV or in my general vicinity
That little,
is the same feeling you get when someone says the word moist. It's just that, oh, God.
Yeah, Cliff, can you say that quickly?
Moist.
There you go.
There it is.
Yeah.
I popped
Somebody
for
on
that.
Periscope just said they want a Mickey James nip slip.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Oh, man.
She's
Did
not
that happen
wrestling.
on Raw?
She's
Did I
not
miss
wrestling at all, so that doesn't help our cause. Periscope viewers.
Can we say our favorite women's wrestling moment ever was when she grabbed Trish Stratus's fucking snatch and then licked her hand?
Oh, yeah, it was amazing.
That was fucking bone-inducing.
We have a lot of Facebook comments as well. Should we read some?
Please do. I'm curious to see if anybody.
All right,
here.
my wife is commentating a lot. Nice shot glasses. Yeah, she knows she made them, so she wants that.
Right.
They're
oh my
well
God,
made.
there's
Good job.
More of you. She hears the rest of you, I guess.
Yeah.
No. I did not marry Farva.
Yes,
You kind of did. You kind of
Sorry,
did.
honey.
don't deny it, meow.
Cola.
Next time he comes upstairs, he's gonna ask for a liter of cola.
Ooh, hey Craig, what happened to the Red Sox-Yankees game? I just woke up. Go fuck yourself, Ryan.
Touchy subject.
Can you clean that fireball off my table? Already did, bitch.
I'm about to spill some mo in a second, motherfucker.
How can we make Apollo Crews great again?
I think we just heard Craig call his wife a bitch.
And I said, bitch.
Somebody's getting smacked tonight.
Oh my God.
Oh, she's asleep. I'm getting smacked tomorrow.
There you go. Good
Your
job.
wife's name is Jennifer,
Jennifer.
correct?
Yes.
Okay, Jennifer. I didn't say that. That was all your husband.
It was definitely Ed.
Okay.
The words
And I
expressed
said,
are not the.
bitch.
He thought it was humorous.
We have a question. How can
Humorous.
how can we make Apollo Crews great again? I'm sorry, I don't think he ever was great.
Is he
Yeah.
running as Trump's mate? What the fuck does that mean?
The only way you're gonna make Apollo Crews great again is if you have another human being's voice come out of his mouth.
Don't let him talk.
Give him a mask and call it a day.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, I do have an idea on how you make him great. It's a little outside the box, and it's because I'm an ECW mark. Give him a Bill Alfonso. Make him Rob Van Dam.
Call it right down the middle, baby.
There you go. That's right, Daddy.
Give him Enzo.
What I mean is, give him Enzo. Give him Enzo
should be
Amore.
Bill Alfonso.
There you go. Give him Enzo Amore and just let him go out there and do the shit that a guy his size should not be able to do. Don't talk. Don't smile. Don't nothing.
Fucking hate
Just
his smile.
Just work.
Oh, the smile is the worst, dude. It just reeks of just cheesiness.
Yeah.
I feel like we went on a tangent there. So we were talking
We
about
did.
John Cena
What's
and
the
Baron
next match,
Corbin.
Craig?
We were talking about John Cena and Baron Corbin, and nobody gave any kind of thoughts other than that he's
Oh, yeah.
most.
Cena's winning, obviously.
No.
What?
Baron Corbin is winning 100%. John Cena is going to Raw. Baron Corbin, he just lost his cash in.
Yeah.
Okay. They see big things in him, even though the rumor is that he's got a lot of heat backstage because of his Twitter antics. Baron Corbin's winning. John Cena's going to put him over. Is it going to be clean? Is it going to be after 800 chair shots? I don't know. Baron Corbin's winning. That's what I said. I'll be right back.
Where the fuck do you keep going, you asshole?
A little torn.
He's been peeing a lot, so.
No, I'm not peeing.
Those damn Long Island iced teas. You sipping them through one of those straws, those little, goes in like different directions and all that. Twists and
Flamingo
turns.
straws with the umbrella.
Yeah.
I'll check his prostate for him later. It'll be okay.
Ew.
I feel like a lot of this card is a lot of waste and filler.
Very much.
For real.
A lot of it.
I don't know.
They're just like, oh, we got 4
It's
hours.
kinda-
Let's put
yeah.
some people together.
It's kind of like WrestleMania, where they're just like, oh, we got to get all of our stars on the same fucking show, and like at the
Right.
same point, I don't want to fucking see Baron Corbin versus John Cena at all. I don't give a fuck.
Or Randy Orton versus Rusev.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll talk about that next. But I mean, John Cena versus Corbin. I mean, yeah, Corbin might have had the worst Money in the Bank cash-in of all time. I don't think there is a worse one. John Cena's cash-in, he lost, but it was I don't even remember who he cashed in against. I don't even fucking remember.
Who?
John Cena. He was one of the 3 people who lost.
Oh, I don't remember.
Damian Sandow cashed in on John Cena. I remember that one. And it was like a lengthy match on Raw, and it was entertaining, and he lost. Okay. Yeah. But fucking Baron Corbin cashed in and got rolled up and immediately lost. Like, that screams punishment to me. And I know Robb was saying that, like, yeah, maybe, I know he's got a lot of heat. I know. But, like, no, I think that's it. I think he's got a lot of heat. So I think he's going to be put through the doghouse a little bit more. I don't think it's just going to be losing Money in the Bank contract. I think he's going to lose to John Cena. John Cena just jobbed to Shinsuke Nakamura clean. I don't think he's going to lose 2 fucking, like, consecutive matches clean, or even if he loses via shenanigans. But I think Cena's winning this one. That's just my opinion.
What do you guys got over there on the WNA?
I hate to agree with you, Craig, but I'm afraid I feel completely exactly the same way you do.
Oh. Hey, Ed.
Well, good for you.
Can we be friends?
Sure. What about you, Cliff? What do you think?
Once again, I don't care, but I'm going to go with well, before I predicted that Corbin would lose, but then he would cash in on Shinsuke at the end of the night or whenever their match would be. But since he already lost his cash in, I'm going to flip that and say John Cena wins.
I gotta go. I've been hearing reports that the officials backstage have not been too high on Corbin lately, so I'm also going to go with Cena on this one. And they've been mentioning, I think that you guys had a link to this as well, that John Cena has not had a good SummerSlam run over the last 5 to 6 years, and I believe that Cena will pull up the victory.
Shout out to James.
It's not a Shinsuke, it's not a Shinsuke Nakamura where he can lose to him. It's a Baron Corbin where, I think that there needs, he still has some time and some grooming to do. Not too much grooming or he'll go bald, but, it's not like Nakamura.
He needs to cut that shit off anyway.
Yeah.
He's kind of got that Shawn Michaels, like, I have long hair, but I'm trying my best to, like, make you all not realize I'm going bald look right now.
You know what? Some people can't help that shit.
Like who?
Hey, Rob.
Tough. Not Fred.
We know you have alopecia, man.
I'm
We're not
good.
talking about that.
That's
talking
right.
about
I
here?
have alopecia. Never mind the fact that I have a beard and eyebrows.
Are you at that?
It,
Are you
it only
part of
affects
that-
your head.
Are you part of that rival real estate company from Arrested Development? What were they called? What was he called again?
I don't remember.
Stidmore, something like that.
Yeah.
Stidwell, Sitwell. It's Robb Sitwell.
Fantastic reference.
So Cliff, I want to know what match are you? What besides the 4-way match? What match are you excited for? You don't seem very passionate tonight. I'm not
Man,
feeling the
you know
I'm not
what?
feeling the
It's-
CL
it's-
Johnson.
It's not my fault.
Why not?
All right, Snitsky.
Because I'm Snitsky right now. It's not my fault because the WWE is not giving me a match to give a shit about.
What do you want? What do you
So
like?
well, I guess all of the matches that we haven't mentioned are actually the ones that I do actually kind of give a shit about.
They're
all later in the card.
I disagree. 'Cause
Yeah.
There's no way you give a shit about Rusev versus Randy Orton. There's no.
I don't
fucking
think
way you
anybody-
care about that.
We kind of already mentioned that one, but
Did we?
came out of nowhere. Well, Fred dropped it, but he didn't. We didn't discuss it.
I was gonna say I know I'm not sober, but I don't remember
When
us
you went to the
talking.
bathroom. When you went to go,
I don't remember
when you
us
went to
talking
go
about-
drain the main vein, Fred said something about it.
I am frunk as drunk right now.
That's right, Fred.
I
and me
told
both,
you I would
buddy.
be drunk for this goddamn podcast, and I would
And
not
we
disappoint.
appreciate it.
And I never get drunk.
Rob never gets drunk. He's more like Rob Spanish. Because he's drunk.
I apologize in advance for these jokes.
It's okay. It's okay. But I do give a shit about the
Motherfucker.
4-way.
The
I care
four-way.
about the 4-way. I do care about AJ and KO. I care about Bray and Finn. And I care about the Usos and the New Day.
Okay, all right. Let's get this off the table right away. Randy Orton and Rusev.
Nobody cares.
Nope.
Move on.
RKO.
Nobody
finish
cares.
by.
RKO. We all know Rusev's losing, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
So we'll skip that.
I'm
one.
going with Rusev.
You just want to be the asshole that goes, I'm going with Rusev.
He thinks he's handsome.
I had it written down. It's on my list.
I think he is pretty Ruru.
Pretty Ruru.
Pretty Ruru.
I want Ruru
feel
to
like
win.
I do. I want Rusev to win. They should
I
be
feel
doing
like
more
the
with
faces
Rusev.
are winning all of the fucking top matches, like the top 5 matches on the card. So that's
But
why
you know
I'm
why.
picking all the heels on the undercard that nobody gives a shit about, which is why I'm going with Rusev. Shenanigans.
Because it's the WrestleMania of the summer.
Oh, it's the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
All right. So we've gone so far off the fucking tracks tonight. All right.
That's what we do.
Let's talk about some fun. Let's
Obviously.
talk about the main matches that we want to talk about, you know?
Okay.
And we'll- You know what I mean? Like,
All right, Fred, why don't you
right.
introduce the next match?
if you guys don't
There you
mind,
go.
I mean, like, we got some, you know, this is the first
Do
time
it.
that the WNA and the WWP
I'm
have
out.
collided. When worlds collide.
Yeah, I'm
They-
out too.
What the fuck?
All right. So this is just this is the Fred, Rob, and Cliff show, everybody.
Yeah.
Take over,
all
man.
the
Three-way
all the
dance.
assholes have left.
That's right.
So I got here. So you know, Mr. Cliff had mentioned Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. Now, I haven't been feeling Bray Wyatt in quite some time. I think he's been talking a bunch of gibberish that makes no sense, much like what I do on this podcast. But then again, we're gonna have, you know, the possible return of the Demon King. So I'm all on board with that one.
That I am.
I mean, does it seem obvious? I mean, I don't know.
Well, they've announced it. It's the Demon Finn Balor.
Oh, they have
It's
announced it.
actually versus Bray Wyatt. Like,
Okay.
even in the graphics, he's got the paint and shit on. So
Okay. So,
they carried Bray Wyatt carried him on Monday. So
it's been
he's
been
bringing
over
his demon
a
with
year.
him to SummerSlam.
It's been exactly a year.
It's been a year
Since
that-
last SummerSlam.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited about that.
This is
It's safe to say that I feel that Finn Balor's gonna win this.
Yeah, this is the easiest match on the card to call for me. If he's doing the demon gimmick, he's winning.
For sure. Unless they swerve it and somehow like Bray can control him. I got your demon, Finn.
He might try
Got
to
your
do that
demon,
during
Finn.
the match.
Holy shit. It's coming true, bro. I told
Call
you.
back to episode 2 of the Wrestling Nerds Alliance. I got your demon, Finn.
Got your demon, Finn.
Remember
gonna-
during WrestleMania, and they had like Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt, and they had that random shit like in the middle of the match where they had the maggots and stuff.
That
Yeah.
was the worst.
Like I feel like something stupid like that's gonna happen at SummerSlam, and I'm really not looking forward to it.
They don't have enough time to do it on a card this
No.
this fucking huge. It's gonna be.
And I'm
it's gonna be
hearing
a quick
that
match.
the backstage stuff is that they know what kind of special character the demon is, and they're going to treat it as when the demon shows up, the demon doesn't lose. So,
He shouldn't.
as if this is a shock to anybody, Finn Balor all the way on this one.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
All right, well, I'll agree with that one. Something that's been interesting to me. I mean, I'm the one announcing the matches. Craig, do you want to announce a match that you maybe want?
I mean, I don't even want to talk about this match at all because I don't give a fuck at all. But the SmackDown Women's Championship is
knew he was gonna say that.
Naomi defending the title against Natalya, of all people. I think this is a very easy one to call in that, and it's like a off-the-wall easy one to call, is that Naomi's going to retain, and then Carmella's going to cash in, and she's going to win the title. That's
There you go.
I think that's it. I think it's as simple as that.
I think, you know why I believe that's 100%? Because Baron Corbin cashed in and lost on Tuesday.
Yeah,
Carmella's
for sure.
cashing in
Exactly.
on Sunday.
So now there's like
And they're in Brooklyn. She's
And I'm
gonna
gonna call
get
it
the
right now.
fucking pop of the century.
Right, she's from Staten Island, so it's right around the block.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it right now. What's going to happen is Naomi's going to beat Natalya. Lana is going to lead Tamina out because you saw on Tuesday she said you've got to make your mark. You've got to crush. Tamina's going to come out, beat the shit out of Naomi, and then Carmella's going to come out and cash
I
out.
like that. That makes sense.
Wait, Rob.
Yep.
What name did you say it was? What name did you say?
Tamina,
No, the other one. What'd you say?
Carmella,
No, starts with an L.
The one that dances.
Lana.
Oh, you mean?
Dancing on a chair. Dancing on a fucking chair. Dancing on a chair. Dancing on a fucking chair.
We've lost all control here.
You know that's the lyrics to her song, right?
Da, 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 da.
Dancing on a chair.
Dancing on a chair.
Dancing on a chair.
Dancing on a fucking
Sorry,
chair.
every
Dancing on a chair.
every time we hear Lana's theme song, we have to dance to it because that's the best thing about her.
Lana's here.
is.
That's right.
Dan-
Lana's
dancing on a
here.
chair.
Well, let's ask a question. Does anybody actually think Natalya is going to win?
No.
No.
I hate this match. I fucking hate this match. Why the
As
fuck
I-
is this retard fucking in this match?
Why you pronounce it like that?
I don't know.
Retard.
Retard.
As I said on the fan show last night, Natalya is vanilla ice cream. She is not mean enough to be a heel. She is not get enough fan support to be a face.
She's so irrelevant. She's so irrelevant. at this
But a
point.
solid worker. She's gonna have a spot on the card somewhere.
Ed's got a soft spot for Natalya.
But what about
I got a
Charlotte,
hard
Becky
spot for
Lynch?
Natalia.
He's got a hard
Yeah,
spot
how
for
would he have
Natalya too.
SummerSlam
Whoa.
and Charlotte and Becky Lynch isn't on the card.
Yes.
Ed wants some of that Canadian bacon, yo,
Fuck yes.
Wow.
with some syrup on the side.
Wow.
I would
All
love
right.
a little, what
Sticky.
they call it, poutine?
Poutine.
Yeah.
Some
Poutine's delicious.
Poontang.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to something else. We've got the Raw Women's Championship match. Alexa Bliss taking on Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
Fred,
The boss.
the boss, against Lil Miss Bliss. Fred, who's winning?
This is a fucking tough one. This is a tough one. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It is
'cause
tough.
I'm drunk and I can't think straight, but
That's right, buddy.
We definitely only can think gay.
shit.
I know, he didn't pause when he said it that time. Did you notice that?
Craig, when you
It's
say
because it wasn't about sexual orientation.
Craig, when you say I'm gay, you mean that I'm happy. I'm happy to be here at the.
That's absolutely what I
I'm
mean.
super gay around the NWA and the NWA,
And your AK?
the WNA and the WWP. I am super fucking gay. Like I'm super happy. So, and on that note,
We're gay for you too, Fred.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Ed.
Don't steal the man's gimmick, Ed.
Yeah, what do you
That's
think? I'm the
infringement.
Sandman, you're Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Jesus.
It's infringement, homie.
Oh, man, this is actually...
Gimmick infringement.
This is probably, besides the 4-way Universal title match, this is probably, like, one of the hardest ones for me to call. I don't know how... Does anyone know how long Bayley is out for? Before I make my decision?
I have no idea either.
I haven't heard anything. There's talk that she may not need surgery, so, I mean, your guess is as good as mine. Is it rehab that gets her back in, like, 3 to 4 months? But I know that the plan, obviously, they were building towards the Bayley-Sasha match, whether it be at Mania or Rumble, with Sasha going heel. This probably delayed it. So I think Sasha wins. I feel like they should keep the belt on Alexa, but I think Sasha wins the match.
I feel like Alexa has probably lost a little bit of a step over the last month or so. She was kind of hot for a while. I mean, she is hot, but...
She's always hot.
Yeah, well...
Did you guys see that video of that kid slapping her ass?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
So
That
good.
kid is my hero.
That guy's amazing.
It was a kid.
Don't tell Rob that he may try to beat you up since he's the women's savior.
I am not the women's savior. I'm saying that female wrestling fans have every right to come to a show and not be sexually harassed by you motherfucking pigs.
But it's
So
okay
does
for
mean
that
the
kid
wrestlers
to
shouldn't
touch
be
her
harassed
ass,
either?
though?
I'm a big fan
I don't care if it's a kid or not. That's the parent's job to step in and say, no, you cannot touch another woman's ass, son.
Alexa didn't say you could touch her ass, boy.
Exactly. When she gives you the okay, get all up in it.
I will say this: Nia Jax did seem to laugh at it and thought it was.
Yeah,
fucking
did.
hilarious.
She thought it was hilarious.
Oh,
Yeah, so she just did that.
He's a Donald Trump fan. What are you going to say,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with Sasha Banks also. I think Alexa Bliss has kind of been her momentum has been going down a little bit, and at this point, if it's not Sasha Banks, who she's gonna feud with, I think Sasha Banks needs to take the strap and ride that train, baby.
Incredible edible Ed. Who's winning the match?
I think Sasha's going to get the W, but I think Alexa's going to keep the belt.
Oh, DQ, huh?
Shenanigans.
Yeah.
Craig.
Interesting.
Who's winning the match?
I'm kind of going with Ed on this one a little bit. It's I was torn here. I mean, they've alluded to this Sasha Banks and Bayley feud for almost a year now. I mean, I was listening to an old episode of ours from like around Elimination Chamber, when they were hinting at this Sasha Banks and Bayley dissension, and now that Bayley's on the, she's on the shelf now. I was like, okay, what do? They put this title on Sasha, ready so that when Bayley comes back, that she's got a feud ready to go right off the bat. Or do they go the other route and have Alexa Bliss retain, and you have this potential feud with her and Nia Jax, who has, they've teased this friendship right now. They've got this kind of like alliance, but at the same time, you kind of got this feeling that maybe Nia Jax is going to turn on Alexa at some point and have some kind of and challenge her for the title. So I'm gonna go with some kind of maybe shenanigans victory for Alexa Bliss here. Whatever the case is, I think Alexa's going to retain, and she's going to move on to a program with Nia Jax somehow. I don't know how that actually begins.
Can I just say that I think Nia Jax needs some anger management because she is hurting bitches on Raw lately.
She is a crazy motherfucker.
That clothesline she threw on Dana Brooke, where it looked like she knocked Dana Brooke's head into her ass.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
She did the same thing to Mickey James. Or no, was it Mickey
It
James?
was Dana.
Emma?
It was a three-way: Dana, Mickey, and Nia.
No, she just did it again to somebody Monday. Who did she wrestle Monday?
Dana, Mickey, and Nia wrestled on Monday.
Was it?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
No.
God damn it. No. All right, whatever.
All right, Craig. Craig, we heard your response. Ed, we heard your response. Fred, we heard his response. Cliff, since you want to argue with me when I know I'm motherfucking right, who's winning?
Rob, you're never right, first of all.
Always right.
I like the shenanigans victory for Alexa. Alexa wins, retains, but shenanigans and extends the feud so that it gives them some time to actually build to the next pay-per-view and have a rematch. Because I think that it was great for Sasha to win just the number one contenders match to, get a shot at the title, but they haven't really had a chance to actually build it up. They haven't really had too many promos cut against each other to really build the feud. And I think a lot of their real-life animosity needs to come out on Raw and then let them go ahead and build for the next pay-per-view.
Play it out a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense.
So either there's a shenanigans victory for Alexa that continues the feud, or Sasha wins the strap and then they have a rematch.
I like that.
Very cool, my friend.
Yeah.
All right. I think we got through most of the undercard and most of the mid-card. I think it's time to get to the four major matches of this pay-per-view, and these are the matches that people are going to remember about this card. So, Cliff, I want to talk about the Raw Tag Team Championship match. Sheamus and Cesaro are defending the Raw Tag Team Championships against Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. What do you got, Cliff?
I'm pretty excited. I like the fact that they're bringing the back together. The not fully the Shield yet because they don't have Roman, but
Sierra Hotel.
They're just the
Sierra Hotel, India. And
I wish they would have saved the fist bump for the pay-per-view.
Yeah, me too.
I was really hoping that they would have stretched out one more week of dissension between them, but I do feel like they'll probably give the belt to. What the hell are you whispering over there?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm close to the mic. I'm
You're on
sorry.
the mic,
that he's out of
dumbass.
beer.
I'm out of
Ed's
beer.
I can see you.
I'm out of
Ed's
beer.
lounging back like he's getting some
Shout
head
out,
or some shit.
shout out to New Holland Brewing Dragon's Milk Bourbon Barrel Aged Stout. This shit
Oh,
was
shit.
delicious, and
they
I'm
pay you?
sad that I'm out of it. Fuck.
That's straight from
pay you this
Daenerys
time?
from
You know
Game
what-
of Thrones.
You know what else is great? Some Coney Island Brew Mermaid Pilsner.
Wow. Can
Yeah,
we
pick this
get
up because
can we
the
get a
girl had-
check, please?
We
This-
got local beer.
Yeah,
picked
this
it
is
up-
local. This is local. New Holland Brewing, brewed in Holland, Michigan. Dragon's Milk,
Local beer from Holland.
Holland, Michigan.
Your feed cut out when you said Michigan, so we thought
Oh.
you said Holland, and we're like, what a douche.
You don't know what the fuck. It is an import, bro.
So if anybody from New Holland Brewing is actually listening to this, which I doubt, but if anybody is, please
Cut us a check.
send a case over to Robb English, care of Wrestling Nerds Alliance. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So anywho, back to what I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted.
Can you see me?
I'm gonna
Can
go
you
with
can you
a
see me? Can
victory.
you see me?
For Dino and old Setho, I've actually care about Dean Ambrose again.
Yes, exactly.
We were saying he needs to get as far away from the Miz as possible.
Yep.
And get back to his roots, and
Yeah.
they listened to us. So, thank you, WWE. You did something right.
Yeah. I mean, me and Fred have talked about this at nauseating length about
Too
how terribly booked Dean Ambrose has been for the last year, and especially his feud with The Miz for the Intercontinental title. Nobody gives a shit about you challenging for the Intercontinental title. Move on from that. Go on to other things. I am finally invested in something that Dean Ambrose is doing, and him aligning with Seth Rollins, it's fucking working with me, whatever the case. I mean, it might be, 3/4 of the Shield, but I'll fucking take it. Whatever, 2/3 of the Shield, whatever.
2/3.
3/5.
I
1/8.
I hate to burst your bubble there, Yos, but I think Sheamus and Cesaro are retaining, and I think someone's from that is gonna fuck one of of each other over.
Ooh. If Dean Ambrose
did
does it this time, I would be totally happy with it. If they flip the script.
You see, because they did, if they were going to do this Shield reunion, you think they would wait for the fist pound to go at SummerSlam, but they did it on Raw.
That's a good point.
I found that interesting. I don't know. I still think that someone's going to fuck somebody over.
I do agree.
And
with
I think
Cliff.
Dean should be the one.
I do agree with Cliff that I think that they did it 1 week too early and they should have saved it for the pay-per-view. But you do bring up a good point that maybe the reason they did that is because it's not going to work out at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, right. I'm sick. Everybody, like I said last week, everybody keeps talking about the fucking Shield. I'm sorry. I may be in the Sierra Hotel Omega bitch fucking cunt slap. Cunt slap. I'm sick of the Shield. I'm in the minority here. I don't need the Shield to come back.
And you're already sick of them?
I'm sick of the Shield. No, it's like a breakup. You need to move on. The Shield was a nice moment of fucking wrestling history.
I disagree.
But
Fred, were you not hugged enough as a child?
Yeah.
I was hugged too much.
Why do I ask everybody that? Because I wasn't hugged enough as a child.
Rob, I'll hug you until you fucking cry.
Crying right now.
I'm sorry.
The eyes. I'm crying right now. Okay, look. Seth,
I'm done with the Shield, dude.
Seth and Dean are the Ross and Rachel of the WWE.
Good point. I like that one, actually.
Will they or won't they? And apparently right now it is will they. They are getting back together. I don't know if Roman is going to join back into that party, if they're going to make this a full Shield reunion.
Nope.
But I think 100% the momentum they picked up on Monday, they are winning the tag titles.
Yeah, I agree as well.
But do you think I'm the tag champs, but we don't like each other, grr, type of thing?
Of course. Anytime they take, and now they are no longer Shield members, they are established single stars. They have both been world champions. Anytime they take single stars and put them back together, they become this we don't really like each other tag team. And that's what's going to happen here. They're going to have their miscommunications. They're going to have their fights. They're going to go back and forth. And then
I'm good with that.
Dean's going to turn on Seth.
The Rock and Sock connection, is that what you're talking about?
Yes, it's going to be...
I think they're going to be a well-oiled
the
machine.
wet hair and CrossFit connection.
No, I think they're going to actually be a well-oiled machine. Everything's going to be as if it was like they never lost a step. And then eventually, down the road, we'll get a Dean flip.
Exactly.
But not at SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, too. I do think it is all ultimately going to lead to a Dean Ambrose heel turn. We've said it 100 times on our podcast the last couple weeks. But at SummerSlam, in front of a Brooklyn crowd that's going to be fucking hot for this match, it's going to be going crazy for any kind of Shield interaction whatsoever, they're going to win the tag titles. And maybe them losing the tag titles is what leads to to Dean Ambrose's dissension from the group of with Seth Rollins. I tend to agree. So, Fred, I think you're the only one who went with Sheamus and Cesaro on that one.
Yeah.
Yep. You're by
Good
yourself.
commentary. Good commentary.
Good job, Fred.
How does it feel to be a minority?
Oh!
No, I'm just reading some notes that I wanted to touch on later. That's
You want to touch something?
yeah.
Touch these notes.
Touch these notes.
Craig, come back.
Yeah, why did
over
Craig
here.
slide away so fast?
I'm over here.
He thinks I'm going to touch him. It's just like,
I didn't say anything.
really unfair
touch
for him
them
to think
notes.
that.
Look,
you
I've
know?
watched enough after shows of you guys.
We're doing one tonight, by the way.
One is enough.
We're doing one tonight, that,
Okay, let's move on to one of the other big four matches. Let's go to the United States Championship match. Shane McMahon, guest referee. Champion AJ Styles defending against Kevin Owens. Craig!
Ooh, you chose me.
I chose you. All right. AJ Styles.
Pokeball at you.
That's right.
I choose you.
Wow.
You like that?
It was
Craig
good, boys.
Craigosaurus.
Craig.
I'd like you to give us your response on this match in only poke speak. I want you to just say your name over and over
Be
again.
cut out there, so I have no idea what you just said.
Whatever kind of Pokemon you are, what your name is, that's all you say.
Okay. Can I get two? And just can I get two?
Very good. Very good. All right. He made an effort. That's all that matters. All right.
That's true.
So, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens. AJ Styles, in my opinion, does not need the United States Championship.
Yes, I totally agree.
Kevin Owens does not need the United States Championship.
Also, I agree. How do they get the title off of both of them in this match? I don't know.
Let's give the belt to Shane McMahon. No,
I would be down for that.
no. What I think is going to happen here is AJ Styles will retain because there is some sort of miscommunication between Shane and AJ, or Shane and KO. KO moves on to a feud with Shane, obviously. I said obviously again. Fuck.
Fucking Robb.
AJ then moves on to a feud with somebody else. That's what I'm thinking. Craig, what are you thinking?
I was thinking more along the lines of this whole Shane McMahon. I feel like Shane McMahon's going to play a bigger part in this match than he probably should. And I know the current rumor is right now is that Shane McMahon might be getting into a long-term program with Kevin Owens at potentially WrestleMania, like he did with AJ Styles last year, and they've already laid the seedlings for that. But at the same time, I know I like to sprinkle them out there. But for what I'm looking at here is that the fact that AJ Styles and Shane McMahon has had these, they've had this like miscommunication those last couple weeks. AJ Styles struck him like 2 weeks ago. He apologized this past week, but he almost hit him again this week, and Shane McMahon grabbed his wrist and was like, next week if you do that, I'm gonna fucking hit you back. And I'm like, they're kind of playing up this old feud between the two of them. I'm like, honestly, I kind of think this is all leading to a Shane McMahon heel turn for some reason. I don't know why. That's just what my fucking intuition's telling me, is that I think Shane McMahon's going to fuck over AJ Styles somehow. Is that maybe AJ Styles hits him by accident, and AJ doesn't DQ him, but then he later does something very backhandedly where he'll miss an obvious DQ spot by Kevin Owens, like maybe low blows him, and he just like turns a
Nice.
eye outside.
Wow.
Was that Fred?
Yeah, he low blows him. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's nice. You said that's nice.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very nice of him.
Or something along the lines of like maybe.
How much Fireball have you had?
It doesn't take much.
I had so many shots of balls. It was fucking great, man.
He's
Fred's
had
balls
balls
are on
all
fire.
over him tonight.
Now, after this, we're gonna have an after show, right? And we're gonna go back to that same fucking gas station where I fucking told that guy to suck it.
No, you also told him, I got 2 words for you.
Debit card!
That guy hated you so much.
Yeah, well, he shouldn't have fucking been jerking in the back to fucking some curry fucking porn.
I
What do
know
you want
this
me to
didn't
tell
come
you?
out. I know this didn't come through on the live feed on Periscope, but the guy took like 5 minutes to come out.
No,
from the back.
he 100%
He's definitely fucking whacking it in the back.
He came through. It came through on the Periscope just fine. I was on there.
Okay, thank God.
He went to the back, and he just went into limbo. He disappeared for like at least 10 minutes. And then he came back, and Craig decided that he was going to try to get the police called on him. And the guy threw Fred's card back at him.
Yeah.
It was a fun after show, so please stick around later and watch the after show.
Watch us fucking venture off into God knows what.
They might get mugged, guys. Anyways,
Could happen.
It could happen.
Unlikely. We're on Long Island, so we're probably
Okay.
good.
is that
Yeah,
the
there's
safe
no-
area of New York?
There's no black area around, so we're good.
Racist motherfucker.
Oh,
Cliff, Common? Cliff, Common?
Sorry, Cliff. I want no disrespect to you. Yeah.
The liquor will speak the truth, huh?
Oh!
Were you in Charlottesville a couple days
Long Island
ago?
is not Charlottesville. I will say that.
Were you in Charlottesville?
I think I saw you on the news. Fuck, man.
I was on that episode of Vice, like, they spaced me.
Fred's a white nationalist on the only on Saturday and Sundays though. Like Monday through
yeah.
Friday, he's a pretty upstanding citizen.
Pretty good.
Before Cliff buys his one-way ticket to Long Island, let's turn this over. Ed,
Yo. Which match are we talking about?
we are talking about Sheamus and
Oh, yeah,
Cesaro
that's right.
taking on Dean and
like,
Seth.
all right.
No,
Rob
I thought
just
we were moved
disconnected.
on to the.
Oh, no, we did. We moved on. Fuck, I'm drunk. We moved on to AJ and Kevin Owens.
That's right.
Oh, shit.
Why'd you take another drink right there? Yeah, you're good.
I'm gonna say KO.
That's it?
That's it.
I'm gonna
like
say
Ed.
I'm gonna say KO. You don't have any reason why?
Because
This is a podcast. It calls for speech.
He's the heel, and I think Shane's gonna screw over the face because that's what McMahon's do.
True.
Are you
All right,
happy?
well said. Cliff, who's winning this match?
Say, did you both leave? Did we just take over your show now?
Welcome to the
soda
Wretched
all over
Wrestling
the place.
Podcast with the Wrestling Nerds Alliance, everybody. I'm Rob English.
I'm Ed Roland.
We told you it would
Clifford
be
L.
a shit
Johnson.
show.
Cliff, who's winning the match?
KO's winning.
Is that lotion on the table?
No, those are white.
Oh, they're wipes. Okay. I was like, that is a giant bottle of lotion. What are you guys up to?
No, I take that back.
That was part of the after show, but we spoiled it for you.
AJ Styles will retain, moving on to another program with someone, and then KO and Shane will go into a program. So I'm going with AJ to retain and be the
extra
face
pocket.
that runs the place while John Cena's on Raw.
At least it's not going up the other way.
I know. That's what I thought you were doing for a second there.
What the hell is happening?
That's what
He's
Fred
sitting next
said.
to me. He's got a hole in the leg of his pants. He's tucking his hand down in there like it's a pocket. I thought he was reaching up and grabbing his junk.
He should.
I was like, I am doing this show with Ed Roland, not Fred Robinson.
It's all these sexy man voices. I can't help it.
If it's one of us, someone's gonna be pulling out the junk. Someone's gonna be doing it.
All right. I
Can I wait till
believe
you guys meet each other in real life? Holy shit.
We should, man.
They might start fucking making out.
that'll be the first thing that happens. Ed
I'm
gets-
really excited
I
for this
promise
Fred and
Christina
Ed
I'd be
connection here.
monogamous.
I mean, this is all I've been looking forward to is the two of these guys finally connecting in like this like we've got this kismet connection. Here,
I
guys.
feel like Ed would get off the
It's
plane.
meant to be.
Ed would get off the plane. Faithfully by Journey starts playing.
I was thinking
Piano?
something Leonard Skinner just because of his look.
Well, no, I was going to go Faithfully because I feel like when that guitar part kicks in, that's when they just start making out in the middle of the airport.
Beard stubble just rubbing all
Just
over the
rubbing
place.
all over each other.
Just rubbing.
Just start a fucking fire in the
I
middle of
pull
the
his
airport.
bandana-
Friction
I pull his
fire
bandana
kicks
off.
up off their goatees.
Ed, I'll pull that bandana off of you, and you'll
Oh, there he goes.
you'll pull
He's
off
letting
your
the hair out,
beautiful-
ladies and gentlemen. There it is.
Oh, baby.
You'll pull off those beautiful locks for me,
Wow, this is
and
getting
magic
spicy.
will occur, my friend.
By the way, Braun Strowman did steal Ed Roland's haircut.
Yeah,
He
I had it
did!
I had it first.
That's true. He did steal your look.
You got a good
Yep.
point. Got a very good point there.
I even had a really big beard at one point too. So he did. He took my whole look.
It wasn't quite as full as Braun's, though.
Well,
I thought Rob was your beard.
I am a
All right,
beard.
so everybody gave their picks for that match, right?
Yeah. Let's move on to the next one, Craig.
Got it, bro.
I think Owens as well. I think that Shane will mess up by accident and give Owens a win. Much like Shawn Michaels did to Bret Hart and Undertaker at SummerSlam 97.
Wow, good pull, Fred.
20-year
shit out of the
anniversary.
fucking
Great job. Okay.
I pulled that out of the last fucking brain cell I have left tonight.
I still
guys,
remember
so-
that loogie on Brett's face. Or no, it was Sean's face.
Hell yeah.
The WWE Championship match, Jinder Mahal with the Singh brothers defending against Shinsuke Nakamura this Sunday at SummerSlam. There's a couple things to take here. Ed, I want to ask you. I feel like going into SummerSlam, there was a lot of speculation that maybe that Baron Corbin was going to cash in either after Shinsuke won the title or perhaps Jinder retained. But now that that's off the plate, I mean that kind of gives us a fresh plate. That gives us a fresh start here. So I mean, we're gonna have a definitive finish here, one way or the other. There's gonna be no Money in the Bank interference here. What do you think is gonna happen in this WWE title match?
What I really, really want to happen is for Shinsuke to win and to hold the belt for like a year.
I like that. I'm totally down.
Right,
But
sign me up for that one.
Since WWE never does what I want them to do, I'm pretty sure Jinder's going to hold the belt and still say we're a bunch of jingoistic assholes, even though we cheered for a Japanese, contender.
Right. There's going to be definitely USA chants during a, India versus Japan match. I don't know who the fuck. We actually did go to war against Japan, so maybe we should root for India in that case, right?
We're bros with Japan now. India's more the problem.
But I mean, we have no history with India, so am I supposed to really root against India?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of like India. I have a lot of Indian friends.
Yeah, after we
They do
gave
have good
Japan,
food.
after we gave Japan fucking radiation.
Fantastic food.
We gave the Japanese radiation poisoning during World War II, and you would think that the radiation would cause them to have huge, gigantic dicks, but it did the opposite, where it gave them small-ass peckers. And I think there's still some heat between us. I mean, on their side anyway. But the main question is, what the fuck? We do not have a feud with fucking India. Do you guys understand any of this or no?
We've
been arguing this for weeks.
It's like he keeps coming out with his terrible Jinder comes out with these terrible promos like, I am the Maharaja. I am. You people don't like me because I'm not from here. But then at the same time, we're rooting for Shinsuke, who's also not here. So
Right.
We don't hate
it's kind of
India.
killing your whole argument. And
Right.
yeah, I could if they did that with I understood that when they were doing it with Davari, because this was after 9/11 and all that, and
Right.
Yeah, but India, we don't have any quarries with India. So yeah, his whole argument is ridiculous. And before the Singh brothers actually came to SmackDown,
Balls.
weren't they faces in NXT? So I don't get that either. But either way,
Rob, what the fuck was
the
that
fuck just
comment on
happened?
Periscope?
It just felt like
I just wanted to tell everybody in Periscope that I was going to say the word balls.
All right, so say balls.
He did.
Balls.
Oh, okay,
oh
good.
my god, I'm hating you so much right now.
I'm sorry you quit drinking.
Fuck you.
Okay, do you want to know what I think of this match?
Yeah.
Are we done listening to Cliff?
No one knows, you fucking piece of shit. Oh, sorry.
Okay,
True feelings.
I know. You've been waiting to get that out for 20 years.
20 years, man.
All right. So, the Jinder Mahal experiment feels like it's dying,
Slow
Yes.
death.
okay?
A slow
got-
death, and actually, but saying that,
You
No,
just
I'm
wanted to interrupt me. All right. So the Jinder Mahal experiment is dying, in my opinion, at least. It was a shock when it happened. Nobody believed that the jobber would win the world title out of nowhere. It happened. He got hot for a little bit. The Jinder character started to catch on. But the problem is you have 87 matches with Randy Orton in a row, and your promos are exactly the same every fucking week. Eventually, people get tight. Yes, I said tired and burped at the same time. Tired.
Go get it, Rick.
Briared.
Tired of that character. Shinsuke Nakamura is a new character. However, they have fumbled the ball completely with Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
You don't need Shinsuke Nakamura to come out and cut a 10-minute promo. You don't need Shinsuke Nakamura to have a goofy backstage segment with Charlie Caruso. You need Shinsuke Nakamura to go in the ring and do what Shinsuke Nakamura does. Right. Capture the audience's attention with his charisma, capture their attention with his work in the ring, stiff the shit out of some people, and put on a fucking match.
Yeah,
but the problem is they decided, let's give him a 10-minute promo. Let's have him cut backstage segments with Charlie Caruso. Let's have him go in the ring and cut a 5-minute match where he does maybe 2 or 3 things and basically gets his ass kicked and somehow pulls out the win with the Kinshasa. With that being said, I know on the fan show Thursday night, I said that I thought Shinsuke would win. However, I am changing my stance. Why the fuck are you laughing, Craig?
No, we made an inside joke. I'm sorry.
We made an inside joke about. We can't say it now.
We can't say it now because people
say
are
it now.
watching
We'll
the
explain
show.
it later.
Okay.
I'll call you guys later.
Thought he was laughing
Can't
at me.
say it because somebody who's watching now.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with you.
So, Shinsuke,
Cheers.
I said, would win on the fan show. However, I will retract that statement and say that I think they are going to keep the belt on Jinder a little bit longer. You're going to stretch this feud with Shinsuke out a little bit. And I believe that the Shinsuke Nakamura feud is going to go from Jinder Mahal to AJ Styles at WrestleMania.
Okay.
I am going to politely disagree.
That's rare.
No, yeah. Fuck being polite. You're fucking wrong, Rob. You piece of shit. I'm gonna disagree. Only because of how WWE has at least portrayed Shinsuke Nakamura in New York and in Brooklyn. Me and Fred
we
were there
last year.
We were there last year at NXT Brooklyn 2, and Shinsuke Nakamura won the NXT title from
Samoa Joe.
I fucking couldn't remember.
Everybody had a Nakamura shirt on, like 90% of the
entire crowd, and they're going back to the same arena.
It was like fucking sick, dude. I've never seen anything like it.
Dude, and the reaction of Shinsuke Nakamura winning the title and us, just the atmosphere of the building when we left the arena, of literally you still had the show was off the air, the network cut out at this point, and there's like still 5,000 people still singing his song. It was unbelievable. I've never experienced that as a wrestling fan. I've been to a ton of fucking live event shows. I've been to a ton of pay-per-views, ton of Raws, tons of SmackDowns. That was one of the best shows I've ever been to.
Sorry, Craig. Just on Periscope, I'd like to do a shout-out to the user of Beefy Pussy Lips before we continue. Sorry, Craig. Go on. I could not ignore that. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I'm looking at some of the live viewers right now, and yeah, they may be sex bots, but Jesus.
I'm sorry.
She said thanks.
That's our fan of the week. Sorry, Craig.
Somebody says Shinsuke is super corny to them. I want to know why they think Shinsuke is super corny.
You talk too much.
I know Shinsuke cannot speak English for shit, but I like the fact that he drags it out and it's super long and he goes like, Baron Corbin, you and me are going to fight. I love that for some reason. It's so fucking ridiculous. I think it's fucking great.
This guy goes like, can I
talk about how I love to give head?
Not on this show.
Was like,
oh, and Cliff is egging it
talk
on.
about how I give head.
Cliff says, please do.
Let's have
Please
that
do.
conversation. Unless you're a guy.
Cliff's back in.
I hope that's not Corey talking.
Corey. Uh-oh.
First she unzips the guy's pants.
You're assuming that's a
Commentary.
female.
Suspense, people.
Do we know that's really a female?
I don't know.
I'm sure it's not.
Well,
it's
Fred
Periscope.
would be okay with it.
It's very true.
Profile pictures.
I'm going to listen.
Uh-oh.
Glory hole.
Here we go, guys.
I want to tell the world here tonight,
The world.
to the WWP universe, and I want to tell the NWA universe.
You mean
There's
the
only-
WNA?
Yeah, I heard that too. The
I keep saying it. I apologize.
niggas with attitude.
Still motherfucking cracker, you know that, right?
Rolling in my 6'4". There's one thing I could tell you that is perfectly.
We broke him.
There's only one thing that I know.
He got so
and there's
brave.
one thing that I can perfectly say is completely honest. That I am straight. And
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
I'm gonna take it to the
Every
bank.
fucking time.
and
Every
that is
goddamn
it, and
time.
that is
Every
all I'll
fucking
say.
time we do this motherfucking podcast, whether the WNA is here
straight
or the
every time.
WWP is by themselves, Fred, there's that hesitation.
A good 2 or 3 seconds.
What?
Before you say straight. What is so wrong with
It's a
saying the
speech
word
impediment.
straight? How come it's only that word, though?
Because I don't know what happened, but STRs give me straight impediments.
His face, though.
Right. There is a good 2 to 3 second delay between the I am straight.
I can't help it.
Thank you.
I think you guys totally missed all of that stroking cock and balls.
I know. I was reading it.
I was waiting on that to get talked about.
I was like,
Fuck this wrestling shit.
we're getting detailed
This is
description.
officially the best show ever. Right now.
M Runks, what are y'all drinking? They are drinking lots of Fireball and lots of beer. I have had a lot of beer. Ed is drinking a lot of water. Cliff no longer drinks.
We're drinking balls.
He imbibes no
Fiery
hydration
balls.
whatsoever.
Yeah, Cliff
Fire
no
drinking
longer
water.
drinks any fluids whatsoever.
Yeah.
No, just fucking.
Just on the air, bruh.
And can I say,
just
and I'm going to
solids.
say this on the air, Craig,
Yes.
that was very brave of
That's
you,
my
Craig.
name.
That's very brave of you to say the name of that band out loud with an African American gentleman on the show.
Oh, the NWA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stab you later.
I mean, what am I supposed to call them?
Does
The
it
N-word
count,
with attitudes? I mean,
You can call them the
that
NWA.
is their name, right?
Are you gonna give him AIDS?
They're the NWA.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what they're called, though.
In my 6'4".
Okay, so
Anyway,
Does that make Rob Ice Cube?
I told you I get off the rails.
Not at all.
no, I'm
feel like-
not Ice Cube.
I feel like nobody gave any picks for this match.
Nobody did. So I'm gonna throw
Talking
mine out.
about which match we
said
talking about?
Shinsuke
Shinsuke.
versus Gender.
Shinsuke.
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 Gender.
Ooh.
Yeah, he already said why too.
Well, yeah, we already went into why Rob said that, but like nobody else gave why.
Oh, I was
Shinsuke
taking a
already.
piss. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to say Shinsuke just because of like they're gonna be back in Brooklyn. I said it before, but yeah, that's
all
where I
good.
was going with that. It's Shinsuke.
All right.
Shinsuke.
Shinsuke.
It's time for the main event.
I think
All right.
I think Rob and Fred should handle this one.
Fred.
Yo.
All right, hang on. I gotta say one quick thing
He's
here.
periscoping.
Rob, you lead
Ah,
me.
you
in.
cunt.
All right, so
You
excuse
lead,
me.
you lead me in this dance.
All right, so you probably saw my Periscope comment go out. Okay. The Fatal 4-Way match for the Universal title.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
Who was
I
doing
always
their
have to
best buffer impression there? What was that?
I try. I love it.
It's time. Okay. Fatal 4-Way. Brock Lesnar, the champion, with Paul Heyman in his corner, taking on the big dog, Roman Reigns, taking on the Samoan submission machine, the right hand of destruction, Samoa Joe, taking on the monster among men, Braun Strowman, Fred, with all the buildup that has happened in this match, I want to know who is walking out with the WWE Universal Championship.
Good question, Rob. Now, originally, Cliff kind of stole my theory. Well, he said it first. It was really his theory.
Thank you.
Yes, that Roman and Braun would take each other out somehow, and then Samoa Joe would get the submission onto Brock Lesnar and tap him in the middle of the ring to give him the new champion as Samoa Joe. I liked that theory. I really did. But I'm thinking along the lines of Mr. Vince, I'm fucking stupid McMahon. And I'm thinking that, I think everyone's going to disagree with me on this one, that Brock Lesnar is going to retain the Universal Championship at SummerSlam with a rematch on Raw to possibly crown a new champion the next night.
I'm going to stop you right there. I'm going to stop everybody from talking.
Sorry,
can't. No, he is not going to defend the title the next day on Raw because he doesn't wrestle on Raw. All right. Continue, everyone.
Okay, Fred, I am not going to disagree with you.
Oh!
I 100% believe that Brock Lesnar is retaining the title, and all of the
obvious.
talk of him leaving the company if he loses is nothing more than a head fake. The news has gotten out that he is working on another UFC fight against John Jones, but Brock Lesnar will retain, and he will defend the title at the next pay-per-view against someone.
John Cena!
Probably, dude.
That's right, Jack.
But that's not going to happen because Samoa Joe's going to tap him in the middle of the ring.
I would love nothing more. Personally, I want Samoa Joe to walk out of SummerSlam with the Universal Championship. However, it's not going to happen. Brock Lesnar is going to retain.
Cliff called it.
Okay, there you go. You listen to the show, you know that Cliff has his segment. Hashtag Cliff called it.
It's not really a segment.
I will slap the shit out of you right now.
It's more like
It's a thing.
I called it. Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Hashtag Cliff called it. One day we will make t-shirts. There will be hashtag Cliff called it shirts. So, I disagree. Brock Lesnar retains. I agree with Fred. Brock Lesnar keeps the belt. Ed?
Roman Reigns.
Thank you
I was
for
not
your,
expecting that from Ed.
He
Thank
said that
you
with a
for-
smile on his face, too.
your two-word answer. Craig.
What's your rationale behind that?
He has no rationale. His reason for
being a
saying
dick.
Roman
Man.
Reigns.
He's the guy that Vince wants to hold the belt, so of course they're going to give it back to him.
I hate you.
While I agree that he will eventually end up with the title, Roman Reigns is not winning this Sunday
Thank you,
at
Craig.
SummerSlam. I think, and I hate to be fucking like tooting that fucking horn, but I agree with
Toot, toot.
I agree with Rob and Fred. I think Brock Lesnar's retaining here. I think they're throwing out all of this information about a
You know why you
potential
think that,
new
Craig?
Universal Champion in like
'Cause you're
Braun
smart.
Strowman, Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe. But at the end of the day, I do think Brock Lesnar is going to retain. Everything in my like wrestling fan knowledge and hopefulness. I'm running out of words to speak here, but I want Brock Lesnar to drop the title to anybody, literally anybody. But we're at this crossroads where they want to build up Brock Lesnar to be beaten by Roman Reigns in a singles match down the line. The only way to legitimize Roman Reigns beating Brock Lesnar is to have them eventually in some kind of singles match capacity. And when does that happen? That happens at WrestleMania. So here, at this fatal four-way match at SummerSlam 2017, I got Brock Lesnar fucking retaining as well. I'm sorry. I feel like everybody was
Isn't it
expecting
crazy
other
that we
picks.
would think that, though, Craig, after all these weeks? Like, we've been thinking about this back and forth, and now we're going with the fucking Brock Lesnar, the fucking beast incarnate.
Now, wait a minute.
That's the thing. So WWE knows that they like to fuck with people's minds, and they set it up to where they're like, oh, yeah, he's going to talk all this shit, but then he's
Right.
going to retain, and that's what we're all thinking is going to happen. But they're going to do the ultimate swerve, and
Right.
Joe's going to fucking win, I'm telling you.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I could see totally Vince fucking being like, oh, everyone thinks that he's going to lose and he's going to leave, and we'll just keep the title on him, even if it's for like a month or if it's for a night, whatever it is. I mean, I wouldn't mind
I think
Samoa
what-
Joe beating him the next night on Raw.
I think
No,
what Cliff
Joe's winning.
Dude, again. He's not wrestling the next night on Raw.
I'm
he
sorry.
does not wrestle on Raw.
Okay, all right.
No, what
so my
Cliff
bad.
is saying is that the swerve is that everybody's assuming that he's going to retain so that Brock Lesnar stays in wrestling. But
Okay.
he's saying that Samoa Joe wins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Joe wins, and then Brock will go away for a couple of months. He'll have
Right,
a
to
fight
match
John
in
Jones in fucking UFC or
Survivor
whatever
Series
the
or
fuck
some
he does.
shit.
Okay.
And then he'll be gone for a minute.
I would love for that to be true. I just don't see it fucking happening at this point. They've got so much fucking money invested in Brock Lesnar. They literally drove dump trucks full of money up to his house to have him fucking wrestle at all these pay-per-views and not wrestle anywhere else. I just don't see him accepting a title loss at SummerSlam against anybody here because I mean I'd love for Braun Strowman to win here. I could visualize Braun Strowman. I could visualize Samoa Joe winning. Roman Reigns doesn't seem like the right time. It seems like a WrestleMania moment for him.
So
But for me, it's Brock Lesnar retaining because everybody expects a title change here, and I feel like that's like the easiest route here for WWE's booking creative team is for them to go the easy route and just go, you know what? You guys all thought he was going to lose the title, but he's not.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. The person on Periscope that just said that they feel like Brock is going to win, but they think that it is Ron's time. Who the fuck is Ron?
Who the fuck is Chrisley?
Ronman Reigns.
Ronman Reigns. For a moment, I thought they were saying Rob's time. I was like, you're right. It's my time. Give me the belt.
Ron
Your
Truth
time
Killings?
is up. Your time is now.
Okay, wait. All right. So, all right, we've gone through the matches. I do want to ask
All
this.
right, let's talk.
Goldust says that he is about to unveil his latest masterpiece. On the show, we have theorized that it's going to be R-Truth in face paint. I've also heard that it's going to be Mandy Rose from NXT being brought up, and Goldust will be her manager.
Ew.
Who are you guys thinking?
Who is that? That fucking blonde. Is that the girl that's the blonde chick? The fucking hot blonde chick?
Yes.
Not tough enough.
Yes, the one that was
Yeah,
on Tough Enough,
'cause-
the blonde chick with the great... Yeah.
She needs to come up and be fucking hot on Raw.
I think it could be Velveteen Dream, y'all.
That's what I was gonna fucking say. God damn it! I sound unoriginal. I was gonna say Velveteen Dream
No,
because
it's
the
because
same
you're
fucking
smart,
gimmick.
Craig.
He's fucking into himself and he likes feeling his fucking boobs and stuff like that's him. That's his gimmick.
It's because you're smart, Craig. It's not because you're stealing anybody's gimmick.
I like you, Rob.
There you go,
I
buddy.
like you.
There you go. There you go.
Bitches.
Too sweet, baby.
You bees are bitches.
What? Too sweet.
Yo, don't make me start another fucking rivalry between you two.
Driving a wedge between you
Craig,
fuckers.
let me tell you this.
Stop touching my shoulder.
Dude, I love you. Craig, I love you.
All right, so guys, what do you think about NXT Takeover this weekend?
Dude,
Holy
I
shit!
just told
We
you
didn't
I
even
love
talk
you,
about
man.
Takeover.
We didn't talk about Takeover. I
gonna
feel
go through
like
that card
the
too.
stealing the show is going to be
fine, we'll
Aleister
just
Black
gloss over.
against Hideo Itami.
it's gonna be great.
Wait, what is?
I just told Craig I love him. He just fucking say it back, dude.
So NXT Takeover.
NXT Takeover, Craig.
Again, really? All right.
What do you think is going to steal the show? I personally think it's going to be Aleister Black against Hideo Itami.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
tend to agree.
Aleister Black is like fucking on point, man, on NXT.
I heard they're gonna have some live musical performance of
Yes.
his theme song, which should be fucking awesome considering they did what They did the live version of the fucking violin for Shinsuke's music last year.
They are planning a big
awesome.
entrance. They're planning a big entrance for Shinsuke at SummerSlam. I'm hearing that guy who has a last name close to mine. I'm only saying that because I want people to think that I know how to play violin.
You're just a theater major, Rob.
You just play the skin flute, homie.
That's right. That's right. I play it to the balls, son.
That's awesome.
So, wait, why are you leaning?
Just waiting for you to get to your point.
Ed's just chilling, man.
That's
Good
like
job,
Fred every
Ed.
week.
Yeah, man, you're being like me right now, except sober.
All right, I'm not going to say
It's
shit.
so mean,
Ed,
Ed.
you want to be the star of the show, motherfucker? Come up here on mic and say some shit. Say some shit that doesn't make you sound like a wacko Vietnam vet. Go.
Roman Reigns.
I think Asuka and Ember Moon are going to steal the show
Why do you think Asuka and Ember Moon are going to steal the show?
because there's a lot of emotional investment in Asuka's title reign, and I know it's going to be upsetting to see that end, but it'll be good for all of us because it means she's moving up.
I do not think Asuka is going to lose her title. I think Asuka will retain her title and go up to the main roster as NXT champion.
As much as I would love to see that,
Pull on a page.
I want to agree with Rob here, but I agree with Ed here. I do.
Don't do that, Craig!
I think Ember Moon is winning the NXT Women's Championship, and Asuka is going on to bigger and better things.
But but if she did that, it's only because she's moving up, though.
Exactly.
It's not because Amber Moon fucking deserves it, though.
Well, that's what they do with NXT, though.
But-
Shinsuke should have never lost the title to Bobby Roode, but he had to because he was getting called up.
I guess.
But I'm going to quote Clifford L. Johnson here and say that if Ember Moon wins, it is all because of her black girl magic.
That's right.
And that black girl magic is where, Clifford L.?
It's in all the ass.
Amber Moon's got that ass. That
Ass. Yeah, I actually do think that. I think that the Aleister Black, the Aleister and Hideo Itami match is gonna be probably the best match on the card. But I do agree with Ed with the fact that Asuka and Ember could possibly steal the show. Ember will win. Finally, and Asuka will move up.
To my friend.
Guy said he likes ass, so I said me too, my friend.
Rob
What's happening
Rob
here?
is doing all. When Rob cannot talk, he goes on to Periscope and decides to.
I am
respond.
interacting with the people watching the show.
See, Rob,
We
you
know
just,
who you
you
are,
just
that
you just
Rob
can't
guy.
not be the center of attention.
No, it's not possible.
Jeez.
Why do you think I'm the only one tweeting from the WNA podcast Twitter?
Fucking
That's
narcissist?
true. That's true, man.
Do you have a metal plate in your arm?
Yes.
Fucking
Call me Lex Luger,
over
bitch,
here.
because I am
Jeez.
narcissist. All right, so I think a lot of people expected this showdown to be a lot of fighting, a lot of name calling and shit
Cursing.
like that. But we
Guys,
pretty
it
much
was really, at the end of the day, it was the finger poke of doom.
Yes.
I mean,
Right,
that's what
bitches.
it was. I mean,
PWO.
For life.
For life.
Nah, but on the real though, seriously.
on the real, though, he said.
Yo,
you sounded
no, really.
so hood, Fred.
Hood. Yo, for real, man. I'm glad we did this fucking show together.
Here, here.
Wrestling Nerds Alliance, not the NWA, but the WNA, are my favorite podcasts outside.
Should I say the name of them
It
again?
just took you 2 fucking hours to get our name right.
I mean, I don't want to be. I don't want to say the word again, but I will. It's not the niggas with with attitude. It's the nigga. They only have one.
You no business born insecure junkyard motherfucker!
Are you Ron Ball or whatever the fuck your name is, motherfucker?
Come on, it's a Simpsons reference, guys.
You're being Levon Ball, whatever his name is right now.
What just happened here?
But seriously,
I don't know. I don't know what
Do
happened.
I
Seriously,
do I
this is-
really
this
have
has
to
been,
come stab somebody?
Obviously,
Stab me. I'm
a
white.
longer
It's
Long
okay.
I
Island.
definitely
Obviously-
will. You do know that they show your exact location on this Periscope thing, right?
Island Park, New York, everyone.
That's true.
You're not far from Harlem either.
For real though. Nah, for serious.
Bro,
like,
say it again. Somebody on Periscope.
We've been me, Rob, and Craig, and for the rest, we've been talking. We've been talking for about a month or so, and we've had a common connection there. We've been enjoying each other's shows. I think the WNA is fucking on point. It'd be a great show, and that's why I'm really happy that this show actually went down with no fucking problems, except for the beginning where Craig was fucking having a fucking stroke. But I'm just glad that this went down because you guys are my favorite podcast to listen to, and I'm really happy that we did this.
My favorite podcast is our own, so I don't know why you're throwing us under the boat there.
Fred, somebody on Periscope just told you to take a rip off the fireball.
Oh, okay. Was it that Rob guy?
No, it wasn't me, I swear.
Okay.
However,
if it's a chick, I say yes.
However, I will.
Now wait.
Where's Pernina Pinch?
Before we wrap this up, guys.
Cheers.
I mean, cheers,
Can
man.
we do a
That's
cheers
what
for you guys, even though you guys don't have a drink? Can we cheers, you guys?
Skull.
that little shit water you
Cheers,
got there.
guys. We love you guys, dude. You guys are the best.
All right. Now that the liquor's in my system, now that
Wait,
we're through the
wait.
SummerSlam.
Craig, I gotta call you out. One quick second here.
What?
Go for it.
Fred just said that his favorite podcast to listen to was our show. I know that you don't listen to podcasts, but I do know that you listen to our show.
I do listen to your show.
See?
He does actually.
I do listen to your show. I listen to my show more because I love listening to myself talk.
Thank you. I agree.
But I do love listening to Rob and Ed and Cliff whenever he decides to start talking, do their thing. I love that. It's my favorite.
We love
NWA,
you guys too.
baby.
That's how you know it's good because
Wait, hold on. Side. I'm gonna go kill myself. See you guys.
That's when you know
fuck
the show.
that guy.
That's,
I
when,
like
this-
that's when you know your show is good because
That guy
Craig
says,
will
I
actually
like
spend
this,
time
but
to
Going
listen
in
to
Raw
it.
is my favorite. Yeah, well, Going in Raw is my favorite too, but not the podcast. Just Going in Raw.
That's what Fred's mom said.
Whoa.
Bareback.
Whoa.
Is she watching? She usually watches the show.
No, she's not on tonight. She's not
Sorry,
on
Donna,
tonight.
if you watch the
Nah.
replay on YouTube.
Bareback attack.
I told her not to watch podcasts.
That's a good sign if Craig listens to your show is because he doesn't listen to any other shows.
Yeah, no, I don't listen to wrestling shows because they're usually terrible. Can we talk about that one show we were supposed to do a run-in on many weeks ago? Maybe a couple months ago now.
That wrestling show?
Yeah.
Okay. You ever heard of that wrestling show with Bill Yankovic? Yankovic?
No.
All right.
All right, then that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. Do not.
He's got 300 episodes and they're all boring.
They're oh my god, the worst. We were supposed to do a run-in on theirs, which is why last week I said I didn't believe this was happening because that show just that collaboration that we were supposed to do never happened. But here we did. We got through it, guys. We're all here.
Yay!
Now,
2 hours.
yeah, it is. It's. I mean, we're approaching probably 3 hours now. But Fred. Now we avoided this topic completely last week.
What's that?
I think it's time we talk about Corey.
Oh, please, can we?
Come on.
I think it's time we talk about Corey because Fred, I know
Do we
the
have to?
listening audience just needs to know about your love life. So Fred,
Did they really?
please indulge us in the latest news on Corey Feldman.
Well, Corey.
Nothing for Corey Feldman?
Corey Haim? What?
That was a good one.
Corey
Yeah,
Haim's dead.
I guess it was all right. No, it's
Corey Haim.
It's
all
fine.
good. I have finally, unfortunately, have discovered that Corey is indeed a man.
Get the fuck out of town.
What?
I
And-
am so shocked by this news.
Yeah, I
Catfished,
mean,
bruh.
I detect sarcasm from Rob there.
No.
You know, I look back in hindsight. I watched the episodes from weeks past, and they were subtle, and I mean very subtle hints.
Not that subtle.
Extremely subtle.
That Corey may have been a male person.
I only said it every single week for the last 12 weeks.
Well, Craig, you were being pessimistic. But
I would say accurate, but okay.
you were being fucking... You were fucking with my mind. But you know what?
You wish.
There were so many subtle hints. Like liking Mrs. Doubtfire, liking white chicks, liking Perry Saturn from only when he cross-dressed in WCW, only when Brian Pillman cross-dressed after the Goldust feud, only when I met her at Glutterby, which happened to be a gay bar, which I didn't even realize it happened. All those things came together, and finally, at a point, there's a point where I wanted her candy bar from her front pocket. And
The front pocket near her crotch.
near her crotch.
Behind her zipper.
It was a Mr. Good bar.
Lots of nuts.
It was a bad guy.
I thought it was a Mrs. Good bar, but it was a Mr. Good bar.
Oh boy.
And it wasn't until her balls were dangling in my face when I realized that she was finally a dude, and Corey is a man.
Well, Fred.
And I wanted to reveal that to everybody, and I just wanted everybody to know that, you know, I was duped. I didn't see the signs. The signs were just like, you know, they were hidden. You know,
No, they weren't.
They were not hidden,
that
Fred.
you guys were pissing in the same bathroom.
Right. You guys were in.
Thought she was being progressive.
Boy, that's odd that a lady can stand and pee.
So
She must have amazing bladder control.
They make a shiwi for chicks that want to
she
stand
did,
up and
or he did, I guess, Rob. And, you know,
Or she.
I don't know what to do anymore. I thought I was in a heterosexual relationship, but now things have changed. You know, I wish I saw this, you know, coming, but I did not.
That's what she said.
At all. At all.
You didn't see it coming?
Nope.
That's all there is to it.
Not until it hit him in the eye.
I
was
wish
going to say you had your eyes closed.
Hit him in the eye. So Fred, I have a question to ask you.
Go for it.
So your relationship with Corey, I want to just assume that the ties have been severed.
Oh no. Fred.
Wait. Why is this taking so long to say? Fred, yes. All you have to say is, yes, obviously we broke up. There's no relationship anymore. I found out he was a dude, and I like pussy, so...
I wish I could say yes, but
Oh, Fred.
things have been complicated.
Wait. Craig.
Did you get to know Corey on a
I'm back,
personal
yes,
level,
yes.
and now
Rob?
you're like,
Rob.
I need to step in. Fred. You said things got complicated.
Yes.
How complicated, buddy?
All right. Well, here's the deal, guys. I'll lay it to you straight because, you know, we've been close over the last couple months. You know.
Oh, don't do it, Craig. Don't do it.
don't do it, Craig.
I already started.
I cannot get out of this relationship.
Why?
She is big. She is broad. Or he. I'm sorry. Braun! Yeah. I'll go as far as to say she is brawn. I've tried to get out of this relationship. I have been forced into submission.
Oh.
And I'm not allowed out of this relationship.
You got the little collar and everything, or?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait. Okay.
I
so
tried
when you
to break
say,
things off with Corey.
and she's
Okay,
threatening to break
I
them
found
off
out
of
the
you.
Truth. when those balls were swingling down like a fucking pendulum.
Swingling?
I've never heard the word swingling.
That might be a drunk word.
It's called
Just a swingling.
I finally realized after all the subtle hints, that
Not subtle
I
at all.
didn't recognize. Because
Never subtle, Fred. They were never subtle.
They were never subtle, really?
No.
You guys were smarter than I. I
Fred.
think love clouded my judgment.
Nope, no, there's no love there.
Fred, I've been listening to your
I think it
show
was the pubic
for
hair that crowded your
a
show.
couple of months now, and they were never subtle.
Every fucking time.
I'm sorry, Rob. What did you say?
I said I've been listening to your show for a few months now, and I want to give a shout out to Bill Brasky too. No, they were never subtle, ever.
Never.
Then I'm just a naive boy looking for love. Because
in all the wrong
I thought,
places.
Yeah,
the men's
all the
bathroom.
wrong places.
Like his asshole.
Literally, from the waist down.
Okay.
And now that I know the truth, and I want to get out of this relationship because I am straight, as they say.
As they say.
As who says?
Okay, wait. Fred.
I'm trying to get out of this relationship, but she's big and she's broad and she won't let me out of this relationship.
Why not?
Fred.
Yeah.
Can I ask an intimate question?
No means no, Fred.
I want to know how intimate. Okay, wait. Let me phrase this right. Fred,
go for it.
Did you take the skin boat to Tuna Town?
Did you get pierced? Did you get
ride the brown train?
Did you
get Lucied?
Are we talking flapjacks when you shit? Like what are we talking?
The only intercourse I had was
never
anal sex. I had the Hershey Highway.
Okay, guys. And on that note,
but there are a lot of things that happen.
I'm Clifford L. Johnson, and that was the
MVP.
This got me after fucking occurred.
We don't sign off until I say so, Clifford L.
Hey, you can sign yourself off this week, buddy.
I'm out. This is like Lord of the Rings. We are going to that volcano.
No, this is
Fred.
This is the situation I'm in now. Okay, can I explain this to you?
Please
do so.
Okay, I know he is a dude.
She.
Right.
Them.
The cat is out of the bag. Okay, and not the pussy.
The cat was never in the bag.
Okay.
There was never a cat.
I'm trying to get out of this relationship. But she is big. She is bronze. She is strong. She is strong. And every time I try to mention that I want to get out of this relationship, I am pummeled.
Pummeled?
Physically coerced.
I am pummeled to a fucking pulp.
Yep, I knew
wow.
you were going there.
And I don't know how to get out of this. I'm stuck in a homosexual relationship that I don't want to be in. Please,
that's called
help
prison,
me,
bitch.
people.
No.
How do I get out of this?
Murder.
Prison.
Kill yourself.
Prison.
Yeah. It's definitely murder.
Prison? I have to go to prison.
He's
where I
likely
could
to end up in the
potentially
same
get raped
situation if he
more?
goes to prison.
Well, no, because after a certain point, you could make somebody else your bitch.
Right. You got a good point there.
Someone smaller than you.
But I don't want anal sex with another guy. I just want to, be with my friend. I want to be with.
Want to be loved.
I want to be with the WNA. I want to be with my.
No.
Hey,
who I
you just
love to death.
Get us some plane tickets. We'll come out to Long Island. We'll work Corey over for you. No problem.
Ed, do not steal his gimmick.
That's Fred's gimmick. That's copyright infringement there.
So I'm stuck in a relationship I don't want to be in anymore.
Fred.
Fred. I'm just so sad and I'm tired.
Fred, bro. Let me stop you right there.
Craigios.
We go through this every week.
Your pet names for each other?
We go through this every week.
Are you Fred Bro and Craig Yost?
Shut up, Rob Traub. I need to iron out the details here. So,
Iron them out.
let me get this shit on that ironing board. Let me figure this out. So,
Go.
for the last 3 months, I have been telling you that Corey is definitely a dude.
You suspected correctly that Corey was a dude with a dong and a schlong and a balls and all of that shit.
An actual working penis.
Yes. Yeah, I guess hindsight is 50, whatever.
Hindsight's 20/20, my friend.
I said 50, but whatever.
Hindsight is probably 10 inches for you, buddy.
You know what's funny? Their microphone kind of looks like a dick. So Fred.
Wait, I'm supposed to get under the balls. Hold on.
There you go.
Hey.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
Fred.
Always
yeah.
cup them.
So
Always cup 'em.
So, for 3 months, I've been telling you that Corey is a dude. You denied it profusely, to the point where you made me question my judgment of of my perception abilities. And now we are here at SummerSlam, and you're telling me that you found out firsthand, dick in your face, that Corey is a fucking dude. And, wait, I'm not done, that you haven't stopped the relationship. Fred, do you not see?
I can't.
Why can you not stop the relationship?
Because
Fred,
she beat me up last time when I tried to get out of it.
How did she beat you up?
She gave me...
See, you got me so confused, I'm calling her she still.
He gave me the accolade.
Okay,
the
wait.
reverse accolade.
And he said crush, and I had to say crush, and now I'm stuck in this relationship. Don't you know that?
I like the idea of the reverse accolade.
I'm a hetero man that is straight, that is stuck in a homosexual relationship.
I can't do this anymore.
Wow.
I withdraw all future comments about Fred's sexuality.
All right,
obviously,
fine. You know what? The WNA can't help. The WWP can't help. Maybe the Gimmick Table can help. Maybe Raw's
Fuck the Gimmick Table.
Maybe Raw's S marks the spot can help. But I need help, and I need fucking answers.
The broadcast.
The only thing that the Gimmick Table wants to help you with is become a member of their vegan cult.
That ain't happening.
It's possible the broadcast could help you.
It's not happening.
The broadcast, they are Australian, and I'll tell you goddamn right now, men in Australia are men. They don't fuck around.
That's true. They are what they are.
You know what men in Australia do? They smoke
Kangaroos?
that fucking sausage on the Barbie.
Fred,
you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah.
Well, Australian men, I mean, they do what they do, you know? I'm not sure about smoking on the Barbie, but, you know...
Sausage.
You know, I do enjoy a piece of sausage from time to time, you know?
I don't know.
Or
At this
bratwurst,
point...
You know? I love bratwurst.
At this point, I know that when it's our show, we usually sign off in a certain way when I say it's time to go home. And right now, I don't know about you guys, I feel like it's time to go home.
I guess that makes me Ed Roland.
And I guess that makes me...
So's he. It never makes sense.
Right. No, you don't... Wrestling terminology. When you're ending the match, you're going home.
Oh, you're taking it to the climax. Like
good catch. I almost knocked my mic off the table. So it's time to go home.
I'm Ed Roland.
I'm not saying my name right now.
NWA.
No, can I be serious for a second though?
What up?
Somebody drunk and super?
Nope.
No, I'm not gonna say anything worse.
Don't.
I'm not gonna say anything
You
weird.
shouldn't say anything anyway.
I promise.
All right.
Say a sweet goodbye.
It's been a pleasure.
Nope.
All right.
It's been a pleasure to chill out with the Wrestling Nerds Alliance.
It has been.
I agree.
I would love to do this more in the future.
I will.
Yes.
Unless Craig
Every
freaks out about
major
the fucking,
pay-per-view.
The fucking microphone situation.
Well, it didn't work, so I mean, justified in my
That's
anger.
true. But I think we did a good job tonight, and I enjoyed chilling with you guys. And I'm glad Cliff came on. He didn't have his Tyler Perry TV show to fucking chill on. You know,
Not this week.
Not this week. But I'm
It's
glad.
always
I'm
next
glad
week.
Cliff came on. And please prepare for the after show, people.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
And it's
Definitely.
been a pleasure. I've you guys are my favorites.
Thanks, brother.
Couldn't agree more.
One of these days, I'm going to make my way out to Long Island, and I'm going to forcefully stay in Craig's basement.
Cool with me. I got a pull-out couch here.
Awesome.
He's got a huge basement, so you definitely can. It's pretty much like a studio apartment for you.
Has Fred left any fluids in the basement?
Not that he knows of.
Take out a black light, and it looks like a
Disgusting.
Jackson Pollock painting.
I'm dating a girl in his town, so you never know.
Are you?
We'll discuss it later.
Is Corey from Island Park?
Oh man. I'm glad
All right.
I'm glad we
Fine.
did this tonight, guys. And
I'm not.
okay. Well,
Can
I
we
agree with you, Craig.
can we sign
With you,
off
Ed.
with our sign off line?
Go for it.
shoot.
So then,
Oh, we're doing it again?
yes,
For the third
Are
fucking
we doing
time?
a
Try it again.
Are we doing a PWO plug or what?
Yes.
PWO Podcast World Order, Raw is Boar, S marks the spot, Gimmick Table, Wrestling Nerds Alliance, Wretched Wrestling Podcast.
Fuck
That
yeah.
is your PWO.
Vote life.
Time to go home.
I'm too sweet Ed Roland.
Clifford L. Fucking save me, Johnson.
Now it's your turn.
Oh, okay.
Macho Madness, Fred Robinson.
Yeah.
And I'm Craig J. Dixon.
And I'm Rob English saying to you, when life hands you adversity, always kick out at 2.
Causes.
I love that line. You're the man, Rob and Ed and Cliff.
We love you guys.
You're the best.
We love you guys too, brother.
Thanks for joining
Better
us,
than all the
WNA.
rest.
This is the Wretched Wrestling Podcast. Fred, you haven't sang your song in a while.
We love wrestling.
We actually don't.
Are you going to shut off our recording?
All right, I guess.
What's happening?
I'll just let it go forever.
All
Are
right.
you just going to let it
We're
go?
hitting the stop button.
Yeah, let's hit that stop button.
Alright, peace out, homies.
Deuces, fellas.
Enjoy SummerSlam this
Appreciate you.
Sunday.
Sunday.